Hi, good evening, everyone. Hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. Today is May 15th, and this is the SLA committee meeting. I didn't even ask. Okay, let's start with a roll call. Okay, David Crane.
Here.
Jamie Fielder.
Here.
Jesse Beck.
Here.
Clint Smythe.
Here.
Thank you. Amanda.
Here.
Sarah.
Sarah is actually
She's probably
just in the
running a
chat.
little late.
No, she's in the chat asking to be promoted.
Okay. Thank
Or
you.
the question and answer, sorry. I guess it's Q&A.
Oh, I'm still looking for her.
See, I think that's
Absolutely. A lot of people. Okay,
Sarah.
I found her. There we go.
Hey, Sarah. We're just doing roll call, so.
Present. Thank you. Thanks, Clint, for finding me and Susan.
Okay, let's see. I was going to start by committee members based that everyone's assigned applications. So let's see. Jamie, you had 7 and 5, correct?
I did.
Okay, you can start with either one if you like. And what we'll do is whichever application you want to present first. Well, then let's see. What do you have? 7 is, let's see.
We're all presenting our own applications. Is that what's happening?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Is that?
I can go before Jamie if you're not ready, Jamie.
If you want to lead by example, that would be wonderful.
Sarah, actually, I was looking at yours, but since we just got you on, I didn't want to put you out first, but this is wonderful.
I'm happy to. The only thing is I'm on my work computer. So if someone is able to maybe to share the actual text, otherwise I'll just like search through my email for a second. I think it'd be good to start with mine though, because I'm sure there's a lot of folks here for those items.
Susan, sorry to put you out there.
I can.
Let me see if I can get it. Whoever gets
I
it.
didn't download the.
Okay, I think I got it. I got it the fastest. So I will.
Okay.
I will get it. Okay, just don't have.
And if we could ask the applicants also for this one to raise their hand so I can promote them.
And Sarah, you had 10 and 12, correct?
I'm going to start with 10.
Okay.
Sammy's Romanian Steakhouse.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Just opening it because I actually don't have Word
Okay.
on my work computer, which I forgot.
You don't either.
No, of
Okay,
course.
let me go.
Okay. Okay.
Let me see if I can. I've downloaded all of them, I think. Let's see. 10.
I can start. I just put it in Google Docs. It just took me a second. Sorry. Okay. So do you guys want to promote the team from Sammy's? While I'm figuring out, I can't share my screen, unfortunately. I need to receive.
So I
permission.
promoted Michael. Michael, who else is on your team?
You should have David Zimmerman. And I think David will be everybody from our side.
Okay, I will find him and promote him.
But I know that DM is on as well as.
Well, we're looking at your team right now.
Great.
Yeah. And then if someone could just give me screen sharing abilities, then
Sure.
I can share it on mine.
Okay, what's Zimmerman's first name?
David, I'm just texting him.
Okay,
He's supposed to be on, to be sure.
I see him
I
there.
found him.
Excellent.
Okay.
Okay, so this is an application for Sammy's Romanian Steakhouse. They're seeking a full on-premises liquor license at 191 Orchard Street. We do have a few questions for you all that I wanted to ask. I think the first question that we had was just about the C of O and the use of the backyard, which we don't believe is permitted under the previous C of O
We're not going to
or
use
the
the
temporary
backyard.
C of O.
We're not
Okay,
going to use the backyard. We've agreed with the residents. We entered into a memorandum of understanding with them,
okay.
which was signed late this afternoon. And the backyard it will not be used.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much, Michael. So in the application, it says that there's a capacity of 118 people, 58 tables, 118 seats with 1 6-foot bar that also has 2 additional seats, and that the applicant will be preparing Romanian steakhouse food. I think many people are familiar with Sammy's from its previous location, and that food's going to be prepared in a full kitchen, serving food until within 1 hour of closing. There'll be both recorded music and live music, but at background levels. This area has 39 full on premises liquor licenses within 500 feet. We also know there is, a bit of history with this location. Previously, the location was the 6th Ward, which was granted a license to operate a vegetarian restaurant in 2007, but had its license revoked in 2015 by the SLA for operating outside of its stated method of operation. Sorry, word missing. So the community board denied a new application that followed the 6th Ward from a business that was doing business as Clock Out in March 2022, citing the SLA revocation for operating beyond its stipulations, operating the backyard contrary to the certificate of occupancy. And so next clause, I did note, and I saw online that Clock Out had received a full-on liquor premises from the SLA in April 2022, but I saw that it was inactive. And so I just wanted to ask Michael about the status of the license for the previous business, if you are aware of what happened.
I'm not, but I can tell you that they're not in possession of the premises. So to the extent that they have a license in safekeeping, a 10-day letter will be issued and it'll be called back in by the SLA.
Got it. And then the applicant is also a longstanding business owner, having had been a license holder for the previous location at 157 Christie Street from 1975 until 2020. And the license owner has no history of SLA violations. So, we also just wanted to note that we know that this business preserves and promotes the Lower East Side's Jewish culture, history, and heritage, and the proposed location is obviously close to other Jewish American historical sites and businesses in our community. This location also has only had 1 commercial 311 complaint with NYPD action necessary since 2020. I didn't have Arnett emails that might have been received in support or opposition, but I'm happy to add them if you have a count.
Yes.
Mhm.
See.
And then while Arnett's doing that, I will say that we did receive your petitions. I saw that 52 were from people who live within 2 blocks of the location, and that there were 5 who lived in the same building, 191 Orchard, who signed the petition in favor of the application.
Okay, I have had 4 emails approved and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, wait, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3 approved, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 opposed, email. And just, I think those emails were persons that they spoke with and came up with the agreement. I want to note that we did receive the agreement around, right, not too long ago, a couple of minutes ago, like maybe at 6 o'clock. And I just want to make it known or have the understanding that the agreement that was entered with the LES dwellers is not a legal forming agreement. Basically, our stipulation will be the one that is adhered to by the SLA. However, because it was so late, I did read as much as I could. And one of the main sticking points from the disapproval was the backyard. And as you stated, that you won't be using the backyard. There are some additional agreements that were made. If during this conversation, we'll bring some of that up, and some may go into the stipulation, but the stipulation would be the binding contract for which the license has to adhere to. So I just wanted to make that known. And like I said, we got it around 6 o'clock, so I didn't get to read it. I didn't have time to read it as thoroughly as I would like to, but we are in possession of it.
Great. So before we talk about stipulations, I think this is the time when we move to the applicant and then the public.
Right.
Okay.
Sure.
So, okay, if you're finished, Sarah, so if the applicant would like to say anything, and then once like you said, we'll move to the public. So you have the floor, David, or Michael, I'm sorry.
Thanks. So Mike Palutis on behalf of the applicant. Sarah, I'm not going to add too much to what you've stated. I do just want to emphasize that this is truly a relocation of the Sammy's concept. You know, that the business is going to be conducted in the same way that it was conducted on Christie Street, and really highlight that the applicant has made significant outreach, has met with the block association, residents in the building, residents in the area, you know, within a 2-block radius, and has agreed actually to reduce its closing hours to 12:30, which I think is probably the other main item in the memorandum of understanding. So I wanted to highlight that. You know, there are other points. They've agreed to engage an acoustician, which they've done, and they're going to do. They are going to do sound checks in the residence upstairs before they start their soundproofing. But largely, I think we have support from the most impacted residents, and so I hope that will persuade this committee. Other than that, we're happy to answer any questions that you folks have.
Can I just say that there are other residents that you have also that are impacted that you haven't engaged with, but they do, you know, they will be here tonight, or they are here tonight.
Okay. Also, okay, so let's, right now, if there's anyone from the public that would like to speak, please raise your hand.
Okay, I'll promote. If you raise your hand, I'll start promoting people.
Susan, are you able to see David and Ellen?
Yeah, he just said he's having a hard time connecting.
Yeah.
So I don't,
I see David now.
Oh,
David,
I
can we
see.
hear you?
back in the
Can you say
attendance.
hello?
I'll promote him again. He has to accept the promotion.
David,
That's him.
that sounds good. Can you say hello, David?
You hear me? Can you hear me? Great, great. Thank you.
David, you've got two instances running. Can you please mute? or turn
Yeah,
off
give
one
me
of
one.
them?
Yeah, we're doing that now because I
Thank
had
you.
trouble doing it on the computer, so. Great. Can you see me now?
We can.
Oh, okay. I can't see. I don't know if I see myself, so that's okay. That's fine. Hi, guys. I'm David Zimmerman, owner of Sammy's. It's been in my family since 1975 for 47 years. And Michael, I appreciate it for helping me out because I'm not that great in Zoom. So any other questions you can ask either one of us. Okay, thank you very much.
Arnett,
Okay,
I think you
Yeah, I
can.
was gonna-
summarize.
I was gonna ask, does any committee members have any questions?
There are a few people that have their hands raised, so I think. you
Yeah,
can
I was-
just- yeah.
Okay, I was gonna ask the committee members first and then move on to the public. Okay, Clint, go ahead.
Yeah, so I do have a quick question. I just want to confirm. So you did agree, I know we just got the agreement a little while ago, but you did agree that you're not going to use the backyard at all, correct?
At all,
Correct.
and agree, at all, and agreed that we will never apply. So it's-
Okay.
Clint, it's completely off the table. Okay?
And you moved the hours, it was to 12:30, right? Was Thursday through Saturday was what you changed them to?
That's right. It's a 12:30 closing.
Okay, I wasn't sure because I hadn't seen that agreement or anything, so I just wanted to.
I apologize. We were working on it until
No, I understand. I know
literally 4 o'clock this afternoon, but
if it wasn't for the last minute, nothing would get done, so.
seems that way.
Okay, thanks, Clint. I don't see any hands raised anymore. There was three.
Oh, I promoted them, so they need to raise their
Okay.
hands again. After I promote you to panelists, please raise your hands again. So we have Kevin, Patty, DM had her hand up before.
Okay. Let's promote.
I'm unable to raise my hand.
Oh, okay, so. so you
Okay,
can
well,
on
I'm
DM.
going, okay. Can you promote, let me see, I'll just, Patty TV, you can unmute
I did.
yourself. Thank you. Is it Patty TV? Yeah, you can unmute yourself and speak.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a resident at 191 Orchard Street, and I really appreciate how much Mr. Zimmerman has reached out to us and heard our concerns. You know, obviously, we hate bars in the neighborhood, but I think that he will be a good actor and a good, person to work with us. So that's my 2 cents.
Thank you.
Thank you. I agree.
So do I.
Thank you.
The next
Next,
one,
Bridget or Bridget?
Bridget, yeah, thank you. I'll echo what Patricia Ivers, my neighbor, said. So I am a lifelong resident at 191 Orchard Street. I was initially very hesitant to support this liquor license in Sammy's. I've spoken against other liquor licenses in the past that attempted to apply in our building. However, after we met with Mr. Zimmerman, I feel that he has a genuine dedication to being a responsible neighbor. And he is willing to conduct sound testing, to limit operations to 12:30, and never utilizing the backyard. And because of that, I am in support of his liquor license. and think that this is a good opportunity for a responsible business in our neighborhood to thrive.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Arnett, can I just remind
Thank-
people,
thank you.
please raise your hand if you want to speak. Or if you can't, put it in the chat. I fixed the chat.
Okay, thank you, Susan. Dim, you're free to unmute yourself.
Hi, thank you, Arnett. So a couple things. First of all, thank you, Mr. Zimmerman and Michael. The legal team has been amazing. We were negotiating to the very last minute to make sure everything was fair. We do hope that all of these stipulations are incorporated into the resolution because they're very significant and very strong and very firm. We agreed to many things that beyond just 12:30 closing, beyond no backyard, about the soundproofing, about the type of music, the type of amplified sound. We reached out to all of the residents in the neighborhood, including the building that abuts it from the back at 179 East Houston. They were also informed of the situation and the conditions and the negotiations. We believe the cultural significance of Mr. Zimmerman, his family being longtime business owners on, weighed heavily onto this decision, but mostly the most important thing was he agreed to all of these terms, which took us all weekend and all day to negotiate. And I really hope and urge you, because I'm really confused by the process that was laid out of how you guys discuss these applications. This is an unusual situation tonight. I've never seen it done this way, but that these stipulations should be incorporated, because this is the reason that Kevin and all the people at 191 Orchard that are speaking first opposed and now support. It's because we got to these terms, because at first we were going to oppose this license until Mr. Zimmerman and his amazing team sat down with us and worked with us. And we want to say that this is, the threshold to get a license in this area is very high and very hard. And we've reached an agreement that is ironclad, and it should be incorporated fully into the resolution so that we are protected and that Mr. Zimmerman can thrive and we can all live happily in this area together and create a better Lower East Side. So I emphasize again to please incorporate this. And this is going to go to the SLA regardless. We've done this before to 500-foot hearings to show our support, this exact affidavit that is signed and notarized in our support of this. And it's been part of any FOIL. It will be part of the FOIL request. We've seen it done before. So we hope that this will all be incorporated. So thank you very much, Arnett.
You're welcome. Thank you, Dim. Kevin?
Thank you very much.
Hey, everybody, can you hear me?
Yes.
Cool. Thank you for the time. My name's Kevin. I'm a lifelong resident at 191 Orchard Street. Just to right away, I want to echo what DM said. I think that the document that both parties came up with is actually, if I can be dramatic, kind of a historic thing. It could be used as a boilerplate template for pretty much anybody who's trying to open restaurants or bars in this neighborhood. So I would really appreciate if it was reviewed closely. Everybody in the building who I spoke to were very hesitant about this. We have had a long history with that property and the neighborhood in general, but as others have said, Mr. Zimmerman and his team reached out to us. We had good faith conversations, I believe, and they asked us exactly what would have the most stress on our quality of life. And we were able to address those issues and come up with solutions. The most important ones are the use of the backyard being off the table now and forever, and the hours being reasonable by my standards. I believe 12:30 is the latest we last agreed to. So I just want to
Thank you.
give a rare I'm willing to condone this, which is rare. It's kind of a new thing for me, but I do have faith in the applicant, and I hope that the board can see all the work that we did and consider granting their license. So thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. Do you see anyone else here?
Josh Tupper, did you want to speak or no? You had your hand up and then down.
Yes, sorry. I didn't realize it went down. Sorry. So I'm the owner of 179 East Houston and Russ and Daughters. And our major concern with this them coming into 191 was the backyard, because we've experienced the backyard when it was in use and it's not okay. So with them agreeing to not using the backyard, and I've spoken to David myself, I'm in support of this. I think it's great for the neighborhood, and I think this business is wonderful, and I would like to see them there as long as there's no use of the backyard. That's it.
And thank you, Josh. Okay, I'm gonna close the public and go back to committee. Is there any other questions from the committee that they would like to ask David or Michael?
Amanda has her hand up.
Okay, go ahead, Amanda.
Thanks. Can you just remind me or show me where the circulated letter that everyone is referencing is?
It's an MOU. You want to share that, Arnett? We just got it at 6 o'clock.
Hold on, I'll share it now.
Oh, okay, but they have it. The draft, I know. But they got it.
You're unmuted, Mr. Zimmerman.
Oh,
You've been fine. I was just letting you know in case, you know.
I just
oh, I have no idea. I don't know. Am I muted or not muted?
You're not muted now.
Oh, I'm really happy. I'm really happy for their support.
Okay, you can mute yourself now if you want. That'll probably be easier.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay.
You having trouble finding it, Arnett? Oh, you know what happened? I forwarded it to you because DM actually never sent it to you. She sent it to the board chair and me. But she thought she was sending it to you, so I forwarded it to you. It was like 6:15, 6:20.
I'm trying to get it up now. What is wrong with my fingers? Okay. Share. Okay, there we go. Share. You guys can see it?
Yes, I think Sarah has to unshare hers.
Oh, well, that
There
would,
you go. There
that
you
would
go.
help. Okay. So everyone can see it now, correct?
Yeah, can you make it a little bigger, maybe?
Okay, if I can. Come on, girl. I'll just use it manually. How about that? Is that too big?
Yep. Could somebody mute themselves, please?
Is that the whole thing?
No, it goes on for lots of pages, I think.
Looking at the margins, because
Yeah,
yeah, I can see it. Okay, I have to move the
margins are fine.
If I may, unless Amanda, unless you feel it's necessary, if this is something that can be sent to the committee so we can review it, since clearly the community is in approval of this, has been and we can fill in these required stipulations before sending it to the applicant? Or do you feel like we need to read the whole thing out right now?
Well, it's kind of lengthy. I don't know if let's see.
A lot of these are not things that, to be honest, that we would generally put in our stipulations.
Yeah, it's kind of lengthy, and what I would like to do is read it thoroughly and then send to the, send to the applicant. We can't,
So I think the part that's relevant, Arnett, is there are certain things that the public is asking that we add to the resolution. Susan has indicated many of these things are not things we would include. So I think just guidance on what we're willing to include in the resolution is probably the most
Yes.
important thing.
Okay.
Maybe
Well,
if you just sort of scroll up, because the first part I think is just capturing information.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, overwhelmingly, we know it's the back, the no use of the backyard and the new time of closing. I think that's
Right.
overwhelmingly what people are asking for.
And that the backyard will not be used in perpetuity.
Yeah. Let's see.
So if we could maybe get an email like Jamie suggested, I think that'd be helpful because some folks might read at different paces, but then we can move the meeting forward.
Can we just go through it? Can I suggest maybe we go through it really quickly? If Arnett, if you go down, so where it says 5, closing hours we have, 5B, we already have. If you can keep moving up. Agree to commercially use or make available the backyard with the exception of planting a garden. We're just saying they're not using it commercially. If they want to plant a garden, that's their thing. Agree to keep doors and windows facing the backyard closed at all times. So that's something we would add.
Yeah, that we should add.
Rear windows and doors on the ground floor restaurant facing the backyard closed at all times. Replace doors and windows with a 2-inch soundproof tempered glass. We've never put that kind of thing.
But that would be something that I think, Susan, we have put that stuff under the soundproofing section in our stipulations. That would essentially be soundproofing work that they agreed to.
I would be loath to start getting into structural specifics on what applicants are supposed to be doing. I think that we highlight they should be doing soundproofing, and that is important. I don't think that we should be out here measuring the thickness of the glass.
Well, the only thing that I see, if the applicant has already agreed to do so, then just putting it in the stipulation, I don't know if that's something that is,
How about putting in soundproof, that the doors and windows facing the backyard will have soundproof glass?
Well, why not lift this directly? I mean, as Clint said, this really is, and we do put, when there's a certain type of soundproofing technique that has been agreed to, we put it in some detail. There's no reason not to.
I don't remember ever doing that, but that's, maybe I just don't remember.
Okay, Sarah, you got some?
Yeah, I think my point is just precedent. Like if there's specific things we put in, I assume because they're things that we want to consistently consider of every applicant, and or the SLA cares about specific things, and I think we should stick with those. I know we deviate from time to time. I think the backyard might be the thing that we deviate for, since that does seem to be the biggest sticking point, and it seems like everyone's on the same page. I think trying to add this level of detail just sets the precedent that this is what we're going to do for every application, and I'm not sure that we've actually had time to consider that as a board before agreeing to that.
I don't think it's a strong precedent, so.
Yeah, well, Sarah, just hold on a second. So what you're saying is because what I'm seeing is that the community came together and presented their list of, their negotiation, their list of things that them and the applicant agreed to do, and same as much as if it would be a letter of support, like we would put that in. Just so happens that this happens to be extremely detailed. So I don't know, for me, it sets a precedent that if a community gets together and an applicant gets together and write and are able to come up with this, then we would then take it forward, put weight on it. I don't know if that's saying the committee would always do this, but
we've never put this type. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that we've done something like this before, but what I'm saying is I don't see it as setting a precedent that the community will continue to do this, because basically we're to me is just listening to the community, and this is what they brought to us.
I think Susan's bringing up a point, though, a valid point when she says it's not been done before. The point is for every application to be consistent in our process and consistent in what we consider and what we, are binding the applicant to.
So I'm not even doing it for consistency. I think we don't do this level and these kind of details are not the kinds of things that we weigh in, like existing mechanical equipment. And we do not send support letters. The SLA has asked us not to send support letters. However, the residents are, should send in the support letters. I think what we're talking about is degree of detail and the kind of things that we put in our stipulations.
Okay, David, we have your hand up.
Well, since it's still up, yeah. I mean, if they had agreed to put in a drop ceiling with the latest, and we've named technologies of soundproofing between floors, this is very similar. I'm a little mystified why we're still talking about this, truthfully. I don't see a downside. I understand the possibility which we explored, but I don't think we ever would be 100%. We do all of these things for all applications for all time. I mean, some applications are, this is in a pretty saturated area, for instance, not this particular block actually, but say, let's do it and let's move on.
Okay, well, thanks. Let's read a little more because this is just.
I agree. Let's go through all of them, I would say.
Yeah.
And pick the
I don't
one,
think we
but
need to
mean,
agree. I don't think we need to include all of them, but I think Susan's right. We don't put this, but we have, Susan, there's, 235 East 4th, the Mala project and the place on Houston Street. There was soundproofing and there was mechanical equipment that we addressed specifically. So it's not that we've never done it. It's just usually only when there's a serious problem.
Can I suggest that you put in, that tempered glass and all that, but this goes on for many paragraphs with things that we.
I agree with that, but some of the key features, the mechanical equipment, the soundproofing, those things, I think we can include those because they're already essentially listed in our STIPs, but the level of detail, no, wouldn't necessarily have to be that.
Okay.
This was the 6th ward, was it not? Was that what it was called?
It was 6th ward and then it was something else.
Right. So, it's important to make sure that this place is controlled, and they've agreed to it. So cool.
It's just not.
Okay, well, let's read on. No, I hear everyone and I understand. Let's just read on so that we can actually take out the things that we know that won't be applicable and plug in the stuff that would be. And since we started to read it, we might as well just go ahead and finish. Okay, where were we?
Okay, I think we're in G. I think F was agreed to.
Okay.
And I think G is not something that we would put in our stipulations.
It's all effective installation reduce levels of odor from cooking. Okay, H in the event of
That's not something. It's collaborating in good faith. It's not an actual stipulation. They agreed to not have any outdoor use, so we would put that in under I. It sounds like
that's what we've added in the past.
So it's not only the backyard, it's any outdoor use.
Okay. Agree being that is a full service restaurant, they will.
Which I believe we already have.
Security, okay.
Maintain order inside and outside. That's expected of everybody. We would never designate a specific engineering company. You can say that they will have a sound engineer.
Yes, that's usually what we say is a certified or a sound engineer, but we've never specified a company.
We can't. We would probably be sued if we did that. So we will say a sound engineer will conduct comprehensive sound readings within the residential apartments. We don't have to put the purpose in M.
Okay. Agreed the results of the sound. Okay. Document. Okay. Agree not to use the DJ and with the
Which-
exception of live music permitted pursuant Article 5Q of this agreement.
So that's in our stipulations. We would say no DJs, we would say live music permitted.
Okay, then agree to use subwoofers shall be limited, enhancing the keyboard. Is that part of the sound, or that's just more more explicit as to what?
We usually would just say acoustic, acoustic, 2 or 3 acoustic. Is that, David? Isn't that what we usually do? Live music.
It's not
Live
anticipated,
Or to
it's not
let,
anticipated that it will be acoustic.
Oh, so it's not acoustic, so that should be. So then live music, a singer and 1 instrument.
well, keyboardist, that's a particular thing.
Okay, so live music consisting of a keyboardist and a singer. No outside promoters, which I believe is already in there.
Mhm.
We should have no outside lines, should already be there. No cover fees should already be there.
Agree that private shall be deemed included the restaurant operations by promoter given and or hosted public events are specifically excluded from for these. Furthermore, private is defined as prepaid dinner. Okay, do we normally
No,
describe what private means, or?
we've never had anything like that.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what do. We do say no promoted events and
Right.
I think our standard, this is another way of saying that, I believe, of our.
Well,
standard.
no, that was in the one above. We already said that.
Okay, Jamie, go ahead, I'm sorry.
At what point do we start to consider this to be an overreach of our own abilities and our own powers here? To be so specific as to designate all of these nuances within the operations of a private business?
Well, I don't
even if
think
it
we
is
want
licensed
this one.
by the state?
Well, I mean, for right now, what we're doing is reading what was agreed upon and ciphering what we do normally. We've only been specific in the parts that outline like we didn't say the temporary glass, but the soundproofing, which is by the debate here, Clint stated that, and David, that we've done before. So I don't think this is an overreach, but taking the time to read and consider what a community member spent and the applicant spent a whole weekend doing, I don't see that part as overreaching. I think not allowing or going through with this would be remiss on our part, not so much overreach. And I don't, from what we're saying right now, it hasn't, to me, hasn't been an overreach. It's been basically deciphering what we've done in the past and giving a little more detail to some of the points, because a lot of this is not what we're putting in.
Okay, just consider my that's fine.
Okay, W and X, I believe, are already in the stipulations. It basically says they have to abide by the hours and stipulations, which we know. TV monitors, I don't know what you want to put for TV monitors.
There is on the questionnaire that we do have something about TV monitors.
Yes, but what they're having here is saying how to use them for photo montage.
Oh, okay, got you. So we can just leave that as this, since it's already on there. Okay.
Well,
read it.
perhaps, I mean, not using it for, not using it for broadcasting media, for instance, football games.
Well, it says with sound, they can have football games as long as there's no sound. That's what the MOU says.
Yeah, but so I don't know exactly how we would put it in there, but I mean, this one isn't simply I think it's meaningful to say.
How about no sound on the television monitors?
That's great.
Okay, so do that. Fixed facade, which we should already have on there, is already in our stipulations.
David, primarily this is going to be used for photo montages, for bar mitzvahs and birthdays. And I think to say that there'll never be any sound coming out of the television would be we can't do that. Sammy's is a place where people have bar mitzvahs. So what we did here to address that issue was we said that in the event, on the rare case, the Yankees are in the World Series and they put the game on, they will mute the sound. This is the bar has 3 feet 11 inches long. There are 2 stools. So this is, this is what we discussed with them in order to address this issue.
No sound will be used for sporting events. How's that?
Yes. Thank you.
Correct.
Okay, fixed facade, which is already in our stipulations. Doors facing Orchard Street closed at all times. We can put that in instead of closing at 10. Agree to obtain a final certificate and public assembly. That's something that law already requires, so that's not would never be part of our stipulations. Agree to a hotline. That's, I think, the last thing on our stipulation. Agree to the importance of addressing concerns. That's in our stipulations. I don't think we want to get into ownership. I think 6, 7, and 8 are 6 and 7 are beyond us, and that it be included in method of operation is what we always ask for.
Okay. Clint, did you get all that?
We wore them out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Clint, would you like a Word formatted version of the document so that you can cut and paste?
I don't think cutting and pasting is going to work in our stipulation form. Clint, you're muted.
You're muted, Clint.
yeah, no, it's not going to work to cut and paste it into the board. I was trying to figure out how I was doing some of these things that aren't normally included, because there isn't enough space in the last line that we would normally put the additional things.
Mm-hmm.
What things? You're muted again.
All right, keep on. Most of the things, like the things that the mechanical equipment, the TVs with only sports, that kind of stuff, we don't have a section for that really.
Can you put those in the bottom lines, that we have the bottom lines for overflow and extra stuff?
I mean, it's only like 2 lines down there, or 1.5 lines, I think, or something. It's not.
So probably not with a PDF editor, right?
It's not, yeah. I'm trying to think of the best way to do this.
Use less words.
Are we voting on what we're adding? Does that
Well,
require a vote?
You have to vote.
Okay.
At the
But do we
end,
vote before it gets added? Usually we vote on the resolution before we do this. I tried to take down the things, but it seemed like a lot of the things are already represented.
Yeah, that's some of it is. It's just a clarification of that, but some of the other things weren't. So that's what I was struggling with too.
Yeah. It seemed, I mostly heard Susan saying we have that, it's already done. I tried to take down the things that I didn't hear. But we should probably do the resolution before we do the steps, because that's when we vote.
Yes, I agree. I think that if the resolution was done, that would be a lot more clear for the stipulation part.
Yeah, I had a few questions.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Do you want to put the resolution up now?
Yes, I
Take
can,
this
I
down?
can.
Okay.
Yeah, you can take that down. Okay. In the application, at one part, it said, serving food, during all hours of operation, and then another part, it said within 1 hour of closing, so I wanted to confirm the answer. That, Michael, David?
Oh, we close the kitchen 1 hour before close.
1 hour, okay.
And
We
Sarah,
we
did
consistently
agree-
say all hours of operation.
We were able to agree with them with a 12:30 close all nights. So if we can make that change, that would be great.
Okay. As far as the kitchen, Community Board 3 always says all hours of operation. That doesn't mean that your kitchen can't close because they still have food on their plates.
Right, the people finish and they go out, leave in a safe manner, of course. And I am all for the neighbors, of course.
I'm so sorry. Someone came into my place of work for a second and I missed. Am I keeping it during all hours of operation? Or we're changing?
That's fine. That's fine, but we close the kitchen earlier anyway, regardless.
Okay.
The kitchen's gonna close at 11:30. And
Yeah, 100%.
And Susan's point is that there'll be food on the plates from 11:30 to 12:30. And so, you know,
Okay, so I'm gonna resolve my comment here and leave it as during all hours of operation, and I have to just edit it above. So let me just find where that is. Your food during all hours. Ooh, doing funny things. Okay. So back to the stipulations. I've adjusted that there'll be a 12:30 a.m. closing Thursday to Saturday.
so Sarah, we agreed with we'd ask that if the committee would consider the same hours that the residents agreed to, which was 12:30 across the board.
12:30.
So you were doing
That's what's in-
12:30 every night, right? Sunday through
That's what's in the memorandum of understanding. So to the extent that we can do that, we would appreciate it.
Okay, so I just need to rejigger things a little bit to make that happen. Sorry, I missed that. Closing by 12:30 a.m.
Does it become all days or is there an off day?
Yeah, just put all night.
Got it.
Oh, I was just gonna say Monday to Sunday.
But I think there were some different opening hours, so it's a little hard to do.
Oh,
Right, the opening hours are not consistent, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, okay, so I'm gonna leave it this way. So it says its hours of operation will be opening no later than 4 p.m. Monday to Friday and no later than 11 a.m. Saturday to Sunday and closing by 12:30 a.m. Monday to Sunday.
Okay, the next one has to change.
So the next one, we're removing all together, or we're going with our other standard language this escapes me right now.
No commercial use of outdoor space.
Okay, I have to look at what the exact language is, but maybe can someone chat it to me so that I can paste it in, someone from the committee. And then I'll come back to that. It will have a closed fixed facade with no open doors or windows except my entrance door.
So now that will also be closed.
When you say, what are you saying, Susan, which is closed?
They said the front door would be closed at all times, except when people are going in or out. So there'd be no open doors or windows.
So I have to change this one to the other language? No.
Well, where you have except entrance doors, you can just take that out.
Okay, got it. Okay.
it would be at all times. As opposed to by 10 p.m., correct?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want me to change this as well?
Correct.
And this is the problem I have. The PDF, I can't really edit that section in the STIP form.
We can send you a Word document.
I mean, I can do, I have a PDF that I can do it. I'm just, yeah.
We can send you a Word document. Not now, but I mean tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you can take out our when amplified sound is playing.
So I'm going to ask just for this one because it's a little more complicated. Can I hold off on the stipulations for this and we base it off the resolution and we can send out the STIPs to them tomorrow from a final document? Is that okay with everyone?
I'm okay with that. Anybody else?
Okay.
Sure. Susan, just staying on the resolution, because this is the thing we vote on. What was the thing you asked me to cut out?
or when amplified sound is playing. So we want no open doors or windows at all times, period.
Oh, okay, none of this other stuff. I'm removing the highlighted section.
Yeah, because it's always going to be closed.
Okay. I heard it will play ambient background music only, consisting of recorded and live music. Oh, wait, I have consisting twice. I think consisting of recorded and live music, a keyboardist and a singer, and will not have DJs, promoted events, scheduled performances, or any event at which a cover fee is charged.
So take the strike out of live music.
Yeah, I will accept it, but just
Okay.
making sure that the rest is correct. Okay. You guys hadn't checked that, but I did hear earlier that you will not apply for an alteration. So I'm gonna leave that. And then everything else is very standard. Not host pub crawls or party buses, will not have unlimited drink specials with food, not have happy hours. It will ensure there are no wait lines outside and will designate an employee for ensuring no loitering, noise, or crowds outside. It will conspicuously post the stipulation form beside its liquor license inside of its business, and it will provide a telephone number for residents to call with complaints and immediately address any resident complaints. So I just wanted what language we should add for the backyard. I just wasn't sure exactly.
That's outdoor use. It's no.
Okay, so then I don't need to add it. It's covered.
No outdoor use.
Okay.
Do we have in perpetuity?
There you go.
Yeah,
Apply for that or something
Nope.
along those lines.
we did that similar last week or last month, I'm sorry, for Cortadito.
So I think it's up, is it up further where we have the no outdoor use?
I was just waiting because I had asked someone from the committee literally just to send in our template. We have 2 options for this one, and I had the wrong option.
here,
So if
hold
someone
on,
could
I
send me
have-
the other one.
Hold on a
Sorry.
second.
Just because I'm sharing screens. I'm also at work and someone is asking for me. Wait a second.
Can we just quickly talk about the words ambient background music, because that wasn't something that we had checked on the stipulation we submitted. And you know, what I want to make sure everybody's clear on is that this is the same method of operation that was at Sammy's at its old location. And there is going to be a guy with a keyboard and he's going to be singing and the music is going to be amplified, right? Which is something that is specifically contemplated by the memorandum of understanding, because it says that a subwoofer and bass can be used in connection with the keyboardist. So I want to make sure we're not drafting something here that's going to impinge on what's going to be going on at Sammy's.
So what words do you want substituted or deleted? And then we can have a.
Sarah, I sent that in the chat. Is that what you're looking for?
Okay.
Susan, you have something?
Yeah, well, I would just add in perpetuity. I think will not commercially operate any outdoor areas in perpetuity. As far as the sound, there's words that we use that, and I don't remember exactly what they are, but maybe someone else will, about sound will not be heard, outside the business or in any of the residences.
Right, which we can agree to, but perhaps we can say we'll play ambient background music only except when live music consisting of a keyboardist and singer are being offered.
Maybe the words ambient and background should be struck. I mean, I agree with you. Now I see why the insulation was super important. The residents, I think, fully understood what you are saying. The words ambient and music and background are struck.
Yeah, that's fine.
So if there is someone who is involved on the resident side who thinks that's
We could add that it will not be heard. I forget the words we use, but we have words that it will not be heard.
Not audible in resident apartments, yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
so if we
that's-
add that,
That's what we always used to say, that the sound is inaudible in neighboring apartments was what we used to put in.
yes, so that would take care of it.
Well, that would also, but it's important to have these windows now for if this is going to be happening. So we need to be sure to be adding that nature of the soundproofing, as well as these closed doors.
If I could say, as far as the method of operation, Christie Street, where it was before, is a lot different than the current location.
It's 7:33, so it feels like we have a lot of other applications. So have we addressed it? Do we feel we've addressed everything? Is this ready to be voted on?
If the sound insulation is in there, that's the one, does it go in the steps where we talk about that? It's more than.
Well, I put that is inaudible in the building's residential apartments. So the way for it to be inaudible will be.
Well, it's not the residential apartments, it's all the surrounding apartments as well. So the language that they had in their document was very particular about the soundproof windows, that when soundproof windows will be installed, and I forget what they were.
2-inch.
Like that, if they had been in a form that we could access them, DM. We'd have to switch back to it, memorize, come back here. I think. But we had them up earlier. It was very particular language about the type of insulation for the windows.
To me, it just seems like the thing that we care about is that outcome. Like, yeah, it'd be great if they installed that, but what if that doesn't work? The outcome is people don't want to hear what's happening.
I would agree with you on that, Sarah. It's the meaning of the letter in this instance.
The SLA is never going to put it in.
So then why are we going through this exercise if the SLA is not going to put these stipulations in? I guess it's just.
They're not going to put in about the 2-inch tempered glass. It's not a method of operation.
Well, I thought that we had agreed in the first round of this to put it in, and now the same people are saying, let's not go into that level of detail. I really think that we want to do the subwoofer. DM has basically supplied, I think, the high points. The use of a subwoofer limited to enhancing the keyboard. I think that can be put in the nature of the live music.
I don't
describe the sound system. Look, this was a disaster under the 6th ward, and the residents have agreed to support it under conditions that they believe will prevent that from happening. And it's not, the outcome is you hear it in the neighboring apartment.
I think we've really done our best here. I'd love to call to question on this. This has been over an hour.
Yeah, what I would like to say in order to wrap it up is that we did agree we would go over the steps, but we're trying to detail the resolution in itself. The resolution is basically exactly what we just went over. I don't think we have to belabor it any further. We can vote on the resolution and have if I'm not mistaken, and have the step detail, like have the resolution voted on and have the step to be a little more detailed. And as we are looking to find the space, because this is a lot, we should just try to, at this point, move on from this. Jamie, go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to have my hand up at this point.
Okay. All right. So I agree that we spent a lot of time. I do think it was well spent, because it's the applicant is just as invested in the details as the community was. So I don't want to. It was a joint effort. So I don't think it was a waste of time. It's just a matter of revisiting the same thing. We've already said that we will have the tapered glass in there, and we've based it on a previous resolution and/or step that Clint mentioned. And just going back to revisit that, I think is taking longer than moving ahead. Now, you said who, Amanda, no, Sarah, you called the question?
Yes,
What's the question? Okay.
and debate.
Okay, David, help me with this. What does that mean? Like, do we just,
Well, if no one wants to, you can just ask, if there's no objection to ending debate, we will do it.
okay,
That's-
is there any, yeah, is there any objection to ending the debate?
No.
Okay, all right, great. So, okay, is everyone ready to vote on these, on this resolution?
That's the same thing. actually.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Take a
So
call.
let's just, thank you. Let's just go for a vote. David,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Jamie,
Yes.
Clint,
Yes.
Amanda,
Yes.
Jesse,
Yes.
Arnett, yes. Okay, so moving to the next one, Sarah, do you want to go ahead and
I would love to. I do need a bio break. So
Okay.
I'm actually going to ask if one of my colleagues could take the next round, and I'm happy to go after them.
no problem. Does anyone else need a break? No? Okay.
Well, let's just take a break, right? No?
Thank you all. Good night.
Oh, I'm sorry, Michael, David, thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. And I
Have a
guess
good
we're
evening.
all, I can wear the T-shirt again, the Lower
Yes.
East Side T-shirt.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Yay.
I'm showing all you guys, we're all proud. Okay,
Thank you all for your patience tonight. Have a nice evening.
thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. Okay, we took a lot of time on, I don't want to do another midnight run. So let's do a 5-minute break. Oh, wait, hold on. Jamie, are you ready? Are you able to do your?
I would like 2 minutes and then, yeah, we can absolutely do it. I think if we can all
Okay,
take.
yeah, I just want to know
quick,
when we come
right.
back, we'll just go to you. Okay, so let's do about 5 minutes and then we come back and Jamie will do his res. Thank you.
Not the best way to show photos, but as long as we're having a break here. My little Zelda's brother came to visit today. Isn't that adorable?
So
Oh.
adorable.
Aw, that is cute.
They could not be any happier. They were so excited. They haven't seen each other since February.
Where do the rest of the siblings live?
San Diego. Most, yeah, I think one's in Colorado.
That one, the brother came from San Diego.
Yeah, his girl brought him.
Cool.
I always talk about dogs, peoples as boys and girls. So realized as I said it, I was like, oh, you can't really refer to a woman as a girl, but I did it. Oops. But only in that one context.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, David. Let's see. That was a quick 5 minutes. I don't think I even went anywhere. But I guess we'll try to do another one. Okay, Jamie,
Yeah.
are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Woohoo, let's go.
All right, let's see if I can do this. You guys see my screen?
Yep.
Outstanding. All right, this is number 746 Bowery is the applicant here. Am I waiting to find out? Are we doing one? Did I make a mistake? What's going on here?
Looks like Cell has their hand raised. And Matt Colton as well. So I think if someone just.
Okay, sure. Who's it, Matt, and who else?
Matt and
Sal, SEL.
Okay. They should both be promoted.
Annette, I see the venue or venue. So I assume you would prefer to do that one first.
No, I just promoted everybody I knew needed to be promoted.
Hey, everybody. Y'all hear me? See me?
Everybody for one application or everybody?
I think Susan promoted everyone for the two. I mean, the promoted the people, the applicants for 7 and 5 at the same time.
Well, I tried to, yeah, I did. So Matt is promoted and I think Cell should be promoted. Yi is promoted. They're available. They just need to unmute.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we can hear you. How you doing?
Good. This is Matt Colton, representative for Selwyn Chan. Selwyn should be here as well. Selwyn, if you want to say hi.
Hi, I'm here.
Hey. Okay, so this is an application for full on-premise liquor license for the address of 46 Bowery, aka 14 to 16 Elizabeth Street, between Bayard and Canal. This is an application for an establishment with a capacity of 74 people, 1 food counter and 12 seats. There's a full kitchen with the intention of serving Japanese yakitori omakase style food. The food counter acts as the bar as well, I believe, and food will be served during all hours. There are currently 5 full on-premise liquor licenses within 500 feet. When we get into this location, I do have a couple of questions on that because I believe it's down an alleyway and there's about a half a dozen locations that share the same address. So that's something I want to be clear on. But I understand that there was a license previously at this location from 2009 to 2016 with beer and wine. The same address is also listed as Joe Shanghai. which has an active beer and wine license, as well as Kono with an active OP license. And I believe Kono is currently in operation and also owned and operated by the applicant. Yeah, the applicant currently holds 2 licenses, Chikarashi Isso at 38 Rector Street in CB1, and Kono located here at 46 Bowery in CB3. There were no commercial 301 complaints at this location with NYPD action necessary in the last 3 years. Arnett, I don't know if you received any letters in support or opposition. And also, as it happens for this application, there was no petition that I noticed attached. So I don't know if that was also submitted.
No, I don't have. Susan, do you have any? Did you get anything? A petition or anything? Because I have this one is actually incomplete because I didn't have a petition as well.
Okay, so I don't actually look at the petitions. They're put on the website the minute they come in. So they're not on the website, they didn't come in.
They were not on the website as of the start of this meeting. I double checked.
So then we probably should ask them to come back, right?
Do we want to ask the applicant if they have their petition?
Yeah, I can jump in here. So we have collected some signatures. They were kind of last minute. We are happy to send them in. I can also clarify on some of the other things you were talking about, or I can clarify after if you want to.
I'm happy to receive the signatures now, considering that we've already started this application. That's my personal opinion. Committee, anybody disagree with that?
We got about 20, just so you all know. I'm happy to send them in.
Yeah, send those in now, and then maybe you can speak to the address and the way this address plays out.
Yeah, so as far as the address goes, this is within the Canal Arcade.
Wait, so can I just ask that you send the petitions to me? And then I'll forward them to everyone.
Sure.
Do you have my email?
I should, but if you want to read it out to me there, I'll take it down.
It's stetzer@cb.nyc.gov.
Perfect. Thank you. And let me know if I can answer any other clarifying questions as I send in the petitions.
So yeah, okay. So this is next to Kono, not replacing, but in the same arcade, taking over a secondary license, another license.
Exactly. So the Canal Arcade is a long strip in between Bowery and Elizabeth Street. There's multiple units within that. Kono, you're right, is Selwyn is a principal on the Kono license. That is not going anywhere. That is still existing. This is moving into a separate location.
Okay, great. Thank you. Just to finish off the resolution, just to go through it all. Operate with a full kitchen, serving food all hours. Hours of operation will be no later than 12 p.m. and closing by 2 a.m. all days. Close outdoor dining, although I don't think that applies in the canal. It will have a closed fixed facade with no open doors or windows except my entrance. Door will be closed by 10 p.m. or when amplified sound is playing, including but not limited to DJs, live music, and live non-musical performances, or during unamplified live performances or televised sports. It will play ambient background music only, consisting of recorded music, and will not have live music, DJs, promoted events, scheduled performances, or any event at which a cover fee will be charged. Will not apply for any alteration in its method of operation for any physical alterations without first appearing before CB3. Will not host pub crawls or party buses. It will not have unlimited drink specials. It will not have happy hour. It will ensure there are no wait lines and will designate an employee for ensuring no loitering, noise, or crowds outside. Does that all sound correct?
Jamie, I was just going over the STIP form as you were reading along. They had on their application 15 private parties a year.
Oh, you are right. I did put that in the STIPs. I didn't edit that. I apologize. Do you want to speak to the nature of those private parties and what you intend?
So those would be sort of like buyouts, corporate events, that sort of thing. And I also just want to clarify that the 74 capacity that was stated before, I think it was probably just for fire code. The intended capacity in terms of seated capacity is going to be 12 per session.
Okay. Susan, do we list the legal capacity or the seated? Or the,
What we really care about is the number of seats and tables they're
Okay.
gonna. But if I could interrupt on two things. One, I'm getting a message that people are having trouble getting in on our Zoom. Did anyone else have trouble? Because I see a lot of people got in. Doesn't look like any, I don't know why. I'm getting people from Orchard Street saying they can't get in. I still haven't gotten the petitions yet.
They are coming your way right now.
And also with the petition signatures, I count 45 signatures, 3 pages.
But we look to see what's within the area, which is
Understood.
Could I ask one question too?
I believe so, yeah.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Susan.
So this is inside the arcade, right?
That's correct.
So I think it's, I don't know if everyone knows the arcade, but it's not open to the outside at all.
Does anybody, okay, so I guess at this point, does anybody else from the committee have any questions regarding this application?
I do, Matt, see any outreach to any block or tenant or just in the area other than the petitions? Was there any outreach? I know it's the arcade, but just to ask the additional question.
Yeah, so like I said, we have the petitions. There was there was a significant amount of outreach with the client's first venue, Kono, and really nothing is changing as far, it's the exact same method of operation. So I will say there hasn't been a ton of additional outreach for this new space, but it's within the same, obviously not within the same unit, but it's within the same arcade and it's the same method of operation as the previous space.
Okay, thank you. Susan, did you get the petition?
No, I still have nothing.
Okay, I really don't want to put it to a vote until we get the whole application.
Is there anybody from, Annette, is there anybody from the public here to speak on this application?
Okay, hold on, we'll see.
It doesn't look like anyone's put their hands
Yeah.
up. I think once we get the petition signatures, I mean, this is inside the arcade. I think we've spent more than enough time on it. I'm ready to move on if everyone else is.
I'm curious, in this instance, if we took a straw poll on what everybody's vote would be, are we required to wait for the petitions if everybody agreed?
You have them, Jane. I'm sending them out in batches, so Jamie, you have them. I don't know if you want to, but yes, we have never voted on something without petitions. We make them.
Okay. I have just pulling it up now. Give me 1 second.
Sorry, is Jamie having to confirm the addresses? Because that seems challenging. Like maybe
I mean, it's a while to do. We could table this until you get that ready, and we could bring it up after you do the next item. We want to really move along.
Does somebody want to take that on while we go to number 5, which is the other one, and then we can come right back to 7 and finish it up? How does that sound?
I could do it.
Who's going to do it?
Sarah, is that you?
Amanda said it.
Oh, Amanda, thank you very much. I
I
appreciate
think I
it.
just sent it to both of you.
All right, let me just check.
All right, so Matt, that works for you. We will come back to you hopefully pretty quickly.
Yeah, no problem. I'm here. whatever you gotta
Thank
do.
you very much.
No problem.
Yeah.
David, you have your hand up. Okay, cool. All right, so then we will move on for the time being to number 5, 21 Avenue B. Are the applicants here? I saw them earlier.
Hi, we're here.
Hi, how are you?
Good. My name's Jasleen Kaur and I represent Venue LLC. I have today also on right now is Justin Tuhig and Edward D. Cosmo, and they're on the call as well. And thank you so much for this opportunity. My clients are looking for a new liquor license limited to wine, beer, and cider for their fine dining restaurant. The venue is going to be located at 21 Avenue B, New York, 10009. The restaurant will only seat approximately 16 people indoor, which will be one big table. There'll also be a stand-up bar that will have 2 seats. It'll be open Thursday to Saturday from 5:30 to 10 p.m. There will be no outside seating. My clients have a very specific vision, which they'd like to bring to the community and be part of the community. I'd like to introduce Mr. Twig, who would like to say a few words about his vision and tell you a little bit more on the vision that he wants to bring to the community, as well as explain the entire process of what will happen when you first come into the venue from 5:30 to 10 p.m.
Thank you. Sorry to interrupt. Before we get to that, Susan, I believe that we have to read out the resolution before that happens, or not? Can the applicant speak?
I think you were just using it to present it. So however you want to present it.
Great, then carry on as you were.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Great. Hey, everyone. I'm Justin Tuig. I'm the owner operator of Venue located at 21 Avenue B. This has been a vision of mine for actually quite some time. I've been in countless visits of fine dining restaurants around the world. With my background and my partner here, Edward DeCosmo, we want to bring the technology and art of what we've experienced to a short form fine dining process here. So our executive chef is Stephen Franco, who actually worked at many Michelin grade restaurants, and more importantly, learned from his nonna in Italy. So he's an Italian citizen and now an American citizen as well. We're excited to bring seasonal prefixed menu items to the community. We do want to change the way fine dining is perceived. So the venue itself is supposed to be fun, exciting. We're bringing short form fine dining, so it's not long form, a cheaper price point, so that we can introduce age groups to fine dining that typically are not brought to fine dining. And it's also interesting for myself because I'm from Long Island. As a young teenager, I helped an extended family's Italian restaurant growing up in Center Reach, just west of Comac from my hometown. It's kind of fitting to work my way back into the restaurant industry. Ed and I have been in tech for the last 10 years. So we want to kind of bring in technology, do some interesting things that haven't been seen before in fine dining. And we're very excited to get started on this unique business and benefit the community.
Thank you very much. To preempt what I imagine will be a few questions, either from the committee or the public, can you go into a little bit of explanation on the usage of your, what did you listed as 7 to 10? I'm looking for it right now. 7 to 10 like LED screens for visuals, as well as the acoustic performances, the poetry, the saxophone, etc., that is part of your product.
Yeah, so the restaurant's actually split into an art gallery in the front, which will be run by Jason Perez, who's an art collector in Miami and in New York. So we'll be working with some artists. So this is why we'll be having some acoustic performances, poets, and so on. No amplified music. It's a small enough space. We don't want to be having any noise up there regardless. So this is really just for the ambiance of being inside of the gallery.
And just point out, it's going to be 1 hour. It's not going to be the whole time, which is very important. We want to be respectful of the community. So their vision has taken that into play as well.
Yeah, so when you walk in initially into the art gallery, which will have a number of paintings on the wall. Well, for the first hour or, first hour, we're gonna have an acoustic guitar player that's playing to create a welcoming and ambient background level of music. It's, as Justin said, we're not doing any kind of, there's no amplification. It's not like it's background level. We want people to converse over it and have a pleasant experience.
Yeah, and for the screens, that's really part of the experience. So the sensory part of the experience is that the place is very visual. So we have projector onto the table, we have the screens, we have lighting, and then background music as well, part of the experience as well. So it's more of an immersive experience that we're providing, along with some fine dining things and some process around that as well. So that's the idea with the screens.
Great, thank you for clarifying. And final question, confirming that your application was correct, your hours will be 5:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. 3 days a week, Thursday to Saturday.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
Anybody from the committee have anything on this application they wish to discuss?
Yes, I have a question. This is interesting, the concept. I'm wondering if you've thought of or willing to also have community artists featured in, okay.
So the reason why we're doing it as well, and venue, really the name of it is meaning like a musical venue, but really more for artists and chefs, not necessarily for live musical, like not like a like a live music venue, like most people would think of a venue.
Yeah.
And the hue is for colors and pairings, right? Because of the food aspect of things. But we're very much tuned into making sure that we bring in local artists. Every time we actually are working with local cooks and chefs as well, because we want them to promote themselves. So we want to do a lot of things like guest chefs and guests in the front of the house as well. So it's really just meant to be a communal aspect of things.
Clint,
Okay, I just wanted to say, I used to live in a building just up the street, up the block, actually, 29 Avenue B, and this block is becoming one of the worst in the neighborhood. There's some really problem actors on the corner. And I'm not saying this because I think you're going to be part of it. I just wanted to be something you're aware of. And I know you're not planning this based on your application, but because of the zoning, you aren't allowed to have scheduled performances, promoted events, or anything with a cover. But even scheduled performances are things that have a specific person playing at 10 o'clock or 8 o'clock or whatever the case may be. And primarily that's to prevent a group of people coming and leaving all at once. That doesn't seem to be what your application says. I just wanted to clarify that those three things aren't allowed in the zoning. So it's not even something that we as a community board could grant you.
Right. We're fully aware of that. And that's another thing, is that there's going to be no marketing for it. It's not like the restaurant's going to promote someone, it's whoever they have scheduled to play that day. So it's not really any type of advertisement, and there's no cover. The experience is kind of the whole thing in the totality. That's kind of how they want to look at it and promote locals and promote other.
And I appreciate the early hours too, but just so you know, that block is now going to almost be completely fully saturated with liquor licenses. That entire stretch. There's 2 new spaces beside you, but that just could become even more of a problem. So I appreciate your early hours, and I don't think you're contributing that, but just that's something to keep in mind.
Yeah. Sorry, the early hours were really meant because we're not in the business of hosting people to drink and get loud and have fun. We'd prefer other areas or other venues local near to us, restaurants and bars near us, to do that. We are meant to be a short form experience, so individuals can come to our restaurant, have a fun time, and then go out and actually have fun in the city, right? We're not trying to be like a boring fine dining restaurant that takes 3 hours, right? We're meant to be a fast-paced experience so you can start your night early and leave. And that's why we have those short hours.
okay. Is there any other person from the committee have any questions? No? Let's move to the public portion. Do we have anyone's hands raised? Let's see one hand.
I'm trying to promote Lori. Oh, she's promoted.
Okay. Okay, I didn't see who it was. Let's see. Okay, whoever was promoted, you have the floor.
Sorry about the delay. I'm just confused. This was listed as a beer and wine on the agenda, and it seems like it says beer and wine in the first whereas, but then it says denial of a full on premises liquor. I'm missing some history here.
Right, that's inconsistent.
I also heard the applicant state everything except liquor. So perhaps it is a beer and wine only.
We are doing
Beer and wine.
So it's an early closing beer and wine, and the only real issue to be worked on is the performance aspect or the
Sounds like
presentation.
it should have
Okay,
gone-
thanks a million.
We have to correct the resolution.
Is there a reason that this doesn't go administrative approval?
Because of the live music.
Ah, okay.
Okay, where it says therefore be it resolved, we have to fix that.
Is there anybody, while I'm fixing this, is there anybody else from the public who's got a hand up to speak? No. No, all right.
Okay.
Um,
I guess so, that's close to the public and, Jamie, go ahead.
no, I believe at this juncture, I'll go through the stipulations, is that correct?
Do you want me to, I have the stipulation form up, Jamie. Do you want me to go through it with them just so it's correct? So they're,
No, I've got it. I'm sharing my screen. I can pull it up real quick. Thank you, though. Might as well complete the job I was assigned.
We have two sets of stipulations.
As soon as I find it. You know what? 1 second. There we go. Is this me? There we go. Bear with me a second. All right, so for stipulation for address for venue LLC located at 21 Avenue B, New York, New York. Applying for a wine, beer, and cider license.
We're not seeing it.
You're not seeing what I'm showing you?
I see the resolution, but I don't see the
Oh,
stipulation.
we
my,
don't see
my
the
apologies.
stipulations.
Give me 1 second. How's that?
Yep.
Great. Okay, wine, beer, and cider will be operating a full-service restaurant, fine dining restaurant, with a kitchen open, serving food of all hours of operation. Let's get rid of that. Hours of operation will be Thursday to Saturday, 5:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Will not use outdoor space for commercial use, including open restaurants. Let me see if I can get rid of this. Which prohibits use of alcohol outside. I will close all. Oh yeah, sorry. So you are not confirm you are not using outdoor space.
That is correct.
All right. You will install soundproofing.
Yes.
Okay. You will have a closed fixed facade with no open doors or windows. Entrance door will close by 10 p.m. or when amplified sound is playing, including but not limited to DJs, live music, and live non-musical performances. Okay, so this is the part. You will not have DJs. You will have live music. You will not have promoted events. You will not.
There's no cover fee.
No cover fee.
Right, so the live music should be, so I will not have DJ promoted events. that should be unclicked, yeah. And cover.
There we go.
Have and scheduled performances, that's correct.
That's great. Play ambient recorded background music only. No, I will not apply for any alteration to the method of operation or for any physical alterations of any nature without first coming before CB3. I will not seek a change in class to full on-premise liquor license without first obtaining this committee's approval. I will not participate in pub crawls or have party buses come to my establishment. I will not have unlimited drink specials, including boozy brunches, food. I will not have a happy hour or drink specials with or without time restrictions. I will not have wait lines. I will have a staff person responsible for ensuring no loitering, noise, or crowds outside. Stipulations will be conspicuously posted. Residents can contact manager at the information below. Does that all look and sound correct?
Correct.
Yes.
All right, outstanding. So I guess we put this to a vote then. Annette, I let you call that.
Yes. Clint,
Yes.
Jamie,
Yes.
Amanda,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Jesse,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Annette, yes. Okay, congratulations.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you very much. Have a great
No
evening.
problem.
Have a great evening. Thank you.
You too.
Bye. So then we will quickly go back to Matt. I'm going to actually go back to change to what I'm sharing real quick. Okay. So, and Amanda, you said there was how many? Sorry.
27.
27. Thank you very much. Are there any new questions or concerns? If not, let's go to the resolution. I need a new computer. Okay. So to confirm, the corporation is yet to be filed. So the address is, this is for Selwyn Chan, 46 Bowery, aka 14 to 16 Elizabeth Street.
Actually, if you'd like to put the corporation in, that has been filed.
Right.
That's Kaiseki NYC LLC.
Do you mind spelling that for me?
Sure, that's KAISEKI space NYC space LLC.
Thank you very much. License type is liquor is full OP. Operate a full service restaurant, specifically a yakitori omakase restaurant with a kitchen open and serving food during.
I'm sorry, real quick. It's not a yakitori omakase, it's kaiseki omakase. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. With a kitchen open and serving food during all hours of operation. Hours of operation will be 12 p.m. to 2 a.m. all days. Confirming you are aware that no later than means you have to open at noon. Matt?
No, I'm sorry. That's actually 12 p.m. is incorrect. It's 5 p.m. rather.
Okay, that would make. I will not use any outdoor space. It's not relevant, pertinent here. We'll close all outdoor dining. That also does not apply. You will install soundproofing. We'll have a closed fixed facade with no open doors or windows. You will not have DJs, live music, promoted events, or any event with a cover fee, scheduled performances. And you will have no more than 15 private parties per year. Is that correct?
Correct.
Ambient recorded background music only. will not apply for an alteration without coming to this board first. Will not participate in pub crawls or have party buses come to my establishment. Will not have unlimited drink specials, including boozy brunches with food. Will not have a happy hour or drink specials with or without time restrictions. Will not have wait lines outside. Will have a staff person responsible for ensuring no loitering, noise, or crowds outside. Will conspicuously post the stipulation form beside my liquor license. Residents may contact the manager owner at the number below. I do need a number. There wasn't one in the application.
That number is 347-708-2882.
Outstanding. That all looks correct.
Sorry, Jamie, if I could just jump in there. For number 8, do you not have to click the X next to the more than 15?
Yes, I will not have. Yes, you are correct.
Great.
Thank you.
No problem.
Okay. Arnett, do you want to call this to a vote, please?
Okay, one other thing, on top, the board, it still has Paul's name on it. I don't know if you can cut and paste and put Tariq's name.
I cannot do that. We'll have to do that for the future ones.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's call for a vote. Arnett, yes. Amanda,
Yes.
Jamie,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Clint,
Yes.
Sarah.
Yes.
Did I call everybody?
Yes.
Okay, all in favor then. Congratulations.
Thank you, everybody.
you, guys. Thank you,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Bye.
Arnett, I'm ceding this back to you now.
Thank you, Jamie.
Arnett, did you get my last vote on that?
Oh, Jesse, no, I did not. And I did ask Jesse, so. Yes, no.
Big moment to shine is my yes, so I just want to make sure.
Thank you, Jesse, thank you.
That's funny. I thought you were yesing that she had gotten everybody.
I was just yes, that's all I know how to say, David. It's just yes, is apparently. So, any chance I have.
Okay, I'll remember that the next time I need to borrow some money. Jesse just says yes.
Touche, Arnett, touche.
Okay, Sarah, would you like to go back and do, I think you have 12?
Sure.
Thank you, Sarah.
Okay, so are the applicants Twin Eagles LLC here? Can you please raise your hand so we can promote you? I see Niles. I'm gonna promote you.
If I can interrupt for a sec, mine didn't have any petitions either. Should we ask about those and maybe get those so we can get that going, or even just tell them you have to come back next month, maybe? I mean, I don't know. I'm just like, I can foresee that we're gonna have the same thing that we just had with.
Yeah, and David, you had
Blum, blum, blum.
6, and 6 is,
Was it 24 First Avenue?
Correct.
yeah, 24%. Is anyone, is the applicant here for?
And maybe there are others that are the same state. Just gotta jump on those.
No, I think you're the last one. I didn't have any petition. Yeah.
The applicants here for 24 First Avenue?
I also don't want to interrupt the flow of the item that we're in.
Yeah, no,
Maybe
no,
they
but
can put it in the chat.
that, and then we can work on it, or we can not vote on it, either one.
I don't see anything in the
You
chat.
don't see anyone?
I'm not seeing anyone here. Anyone raise their hand?
Okay, well, let's just move along with Sarah. If they're not here.
Let's do Sarah's.
Okay.
Yeah. But thank you, David. Oh, okay. Go ahead, Sarah.
Okay, cool. So I did see Niles. Niles, are any of your partners or representative here with you?
It's just me. I'm Niles. I'm one of the co-owners of Twin Eagles LLC, as well as Servos, another restaurant a couple blocks away.
Okay, great. We'll have you speak in a moment. I just wanted to quickly ask if you had, if you were using Twin Eagles or if you had a DBA.
There will be a DBA. Twin Eagles is not the operating name, but we do not have that yet.
Okay. TBD. Okay. So Twin Eagles, the business that will be doing business by a name not yet determined, is seeking a full on premises liquor license at 252 Broome Street between Ludlow and Orchard Streets. This is an application for an establishment with a capacity of 74 people, 16 tables and 51 seats with a 22-foot bar that has 13 additional seats. There'll be a full kitchen serving Mediterranean food during all hours of operation. There are currently 22 full on-premises liquor licenses within 500 feet of that location. The location does have an active full on-premises liquor license for Sally Can't Wait with the following stipulated hours, opening no later than 12 p.m. on all days and closing by 1 a.m. on Sunday to Wednesday and by 2 a.m. on Thursday to Saturday. The applicants do have a full-on premises liquor license for multiple other locations that are listed here and have no history of SLA violations in the last 5 years. It is important to note at this location that there were 9 commercial 311 complaints with NYPD action necessary since 2020. We did receive a Dime Square Block Association letter of support. I wanted to ask Arnett if we received any emails in opposition or in support that I can add here as well.
Okay, hold on. I think I had that up. Let me just look. Hold on a minute.
So I believe that we received one email and I believe he's here to speak.
I'll put that in if we hear something else from Arnett, then I can add that in. You said, wait,
No,
again?
I just seen one. I have the Dime and then one of.
Did that resident speak in support or against? Sorry, I missed that.
He's against, but
Against.
he's here.
Okay. Cool. We also received the petitions. There were 30 residents who lived within 2 blocks that signed in support, including 6 that live in the same building. That's 252 Broome Street. And so that's what I have for the application before we move on to the stipulations. Does the committee have any questions about this application?
None from me.
No, this seems straightforward.
If anything, I will say that I know the applicant's restaurants and I can think that objectively, they're some of the best operators I can think of. And so I would be pro them having more licenses in this neighborhood.
Thank you.
Are we doing questions or are we debating? Because I thought we had questions. Are we doing any questions? No? Okay.
Community?
Community, yeah, community now, please.
Oh, I think we're gonna have to. So Sam is here and Marcel, were you gonna speak? We seem to have lost our opposition. So I promoted Sam Zimmerman, but so his hand went down.
Yeah, hi. So I guess I'm up. Hey, everyone, Sam Zimmerman. I'm with the Dime Square Block Association. As was mentioned, we provided a letter in support of this application. We know Niles and his partners from Servos, in particular on Canal Street, and echo what Jamie said. They're great operators. We're happy to have that establishment in our neighborhood. We'd be happy for them to have another license here. I think it's the best possible outcome at this place. So we support and are excited for this. And that's all I have to say.
Okay, we seem to have lost our other person.
I don't see anybody else's hand up either.
Should we go back to committee then, or?
Yeah, because I just wanted to take a double look before I went back to committee and close it for public. Okay, I'm closing for public and going back to committee. Does anyone have any questions or comments? Okay, I'll go. I think I've made the statement before when we're in saturated areas. This particular location is heavily saturated. I'm not saying, once again, this is not a personal thing about the operator or his ability to be a good operator within the community. It is to me about preserving, not preserving, but not continually make these decisions that oversaturate areas. We have, let me see, what is it? It is, let me look at this on paper. We have 21 within 500 feet. And from what I'm seeing is that from the SLA, 3 is a trigger. So if 3 is a trigger, this is well past 3, it's well past 10, it's well past 15. And not only just that, the hours of operation is pretty late. So it's contributing to an oversaturated area. It's also contributing to late night hours and consumption of alcohol well past hours that are fitting for a community that we still have families. This is also close to a school. Like there's a community that's not being represented, and that's a community of people that have children in the area, live in the area, and are inundated with bad actors and bad patrons. And I don't think adding another full liquor license in this community would be beneficial. I don't see where the public interest is. Okay. I know everyone had their hands up because you guys.
But it was my application. I requested first.
Absolutely, Sarah. Go ahead.
So unfortunately, I do hear what you're saying. There is an active license already at this location, so it's not adding a new license. There is already a license. So my understanding is that we typically, unfortunately, kind of don't have much there. I will say that we I'm looking, just confirming that the closing hours are the same as the current license. So, there's a discussion about, whether we want to ask them if they're willing to do earlier closings. But other than that, they're asking for something that's in line with the current license that's already there. So typically they would get that if they went to SLA. I'll pause. I think David was next.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I was essentially what Sarah was just saying. It's like, agree with both of you. If it's continuously licensed, the SLA, I believe they are pretty much obligated to issue the license. And since, correct me if I'm wrong on that, Susan, but that's what I believe that case law basically binds them to.
I don't remember if there's case law on that, but if it has been continuously licensed and not been a problem, they will not consider it adding a new license. They will just consider it a continuing situation. And I don't have any complaints about that area. So, if someone had complained and we had, documented complaints, it would be another story.
So so as a result, I agree that we probably want to approve with STIPs, even if the STIPs are the same as what was already there, to essentially avoid a worser problem. What we don't want to do is worsen the situation. And so in my mind, it's in keeping with that, since we don't have the option of, we don't effectively have the option of decreasing the number of licenses.
Thank you, David. Jamie?
I also, not to carry on my effusive appreciation for this group, but I also think that it is in our best interest to reward good operators. We don't hate bars, we hate bars that are operated badly and who operate outside of their purview, outside of their stipulations. And it would appear, according to Sarah's research, this is not the case with this group. And so I think, especially since it's not going to be turned down by the SLA, it's in our best interest to reward people. If we turn them down, the next applicant comes along and is perhaps a less qualified operator, we find ourselves in a stickier position. That's all.
Okay, thank you, Jamie. I have a question for the applicant. Are you willing to reduce the hours of operation?
Thanks for the question. I do not want to reduce the hours of operation. We will be operating this location as we operate all of our locations, which are as full restaurants serving food. When we have a license that goes till 1 a.m. on a Wednesday night, for instance, that's because guests are coming in and being seated around 11:30, and we're allowing them to enjoy a full dinner. But in our locations, if you walked in at 1 in the morning on a 2 a.m. license, we're not going to serve you a drink. We're not a bar. We don't operate as bars. We only operate with diners coming in and having dinner. So I understand the hesitancy around full liquor operations, but I would agree with what some others are voicing, in that we pride ourselves on having restaurants that think about the neighborhood. I live in this neighborhood with my 2 kids, and I dine in my own restaurants with my children often. And we create an environment that I think is very open and respectful of families and our neighbors and our communities. And we have very good relationships. And that's what we plan to continue to do in this location, is to foster a really positive community amongst our guests, but also among the block and other businesses there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
In the interest of time, I don't want to, oh, Jesse, you haven't spoke. Go ahead, Jesse.
Yeah, I think just given everything we've said, can I just make a motion that we approve it as it currently stands, the stipulations as they currently stand?
Jesse, I was about to say something. I was about to say almost the same thing, but I was going to add my 2 cents.
We're on the same page. I like it. All right.
Just
you
quickly
need to do second then. I helped in that way.
Okay. I just wanted to add just my 2 cents really quickly. And once again, I think for me, I'm just standing firm on not continuing to saying over and over again. And it's on deaf ears, and there's a case law or whatever, a past practice, however you may, whatever it is, that's not going to allow what I feel should undo some of the damage we've done to this community. I think we've, for the most part, have done an injustice to the area in which we've oversaturated with licenses, but here we are. And for that, now I want to go ahead and move to vote for this resolution.
I don't know how to object, but I just have one question for the resolution that I didn't get a chance to ask.
Oh, this was something that wasn't a debate? Okay, go ahead,
Well,
Sarah.
for the applicant, it's a question for the applicant.
Okay.
About stipulations. So in the application, you said that you would close all outdoor dining by 11 p.m., but it has to be by 10 p.m. So I just wanted to confirm that that was okay with you, Niles.
Yes, that's okay.
Okay, great. Okay, you can do your motion again.
Thank you, Sarah, and thank you for pointing that out. Okay.
Do we want to look at the stipulations before we vote?
Thank you. The vote is pretty much, okay, let's look at the steps.
The reason we started doing that months and months ago was because quite a few times applicants would say, I never agreed to that. So we have the stipulations and everybody's on the same page. It's just easier in the long run.
Makes sense. Thank you.
I don't have a stip.
I did the stip form for you, Sarah. So if you want me to pull it up, I can do that.
Yes, please. I'm gonna stop now.
Mhm.
But we do have to vote. We do have to vote on the resolution. So I just want to be clear that I'll bring that back.
You want to go through it first and then go through the steps?
Whatever folks want. I just did it twice.
Yeah.
Well, while we have let's let Clint do the steps
Okay.
and then we'll go
I'll
back.
pull them up. Is everyone seeing the steps now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so do you want to read them, Sarah? Do you want me to read them? I can do either one.
Go ahead.
Okay. So Niall, will you be the one signing it?
Yes.
Okay. Just gonna copy that up there. Okay, it's as a representative of Twin Eagles LLC at 252 Broome Street, agree to the following stipulations. My license is a liquor, wine, beer, and cider. Will operate as a full-service restaurant, specifically a Mediterranean restaurant, with the kitchen open and serving food during all hours. My hours of operation will be 11:30 a.m. to 1 a.m. Sunday through Wednesday, 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. Thursday through Saturday. I will not use.
Can I interrupt real quick?
Yep.
It's
Go ahead.
a 4 p.m. opening all days. I'm not sure where the 11 a.m. came from.
Okay, I think that was what's on the application, but I could have made a mistake, sorry. So 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. all days?
No. 4 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Oh, okay, gotcha. 4
Yeah,
p.m. to
just
1
change
a.m.
the
Yeah.
initial. Yep. And then the second Thursday through Saturday is correct.
So 4 p.m. to 1 a.m. Sunday through Wednesday, and then 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. Thursday through Saturday.
Yes.
I will close all outdoor dining under the temporary restaurant program or any others at 10 p.m. and not have any speakers or TV monitors outdoors. So you will not have security or doorman, right?
Correct.
Okay. I will install soundproofing. I will close any front and rear facade doors and windows at 10 p.m. every night or when amplified sound is playing, excluded but not limited to DJs, live music, live performances, or unamplified live performances.
Correct.
I will not have DJs, live music, promoted events, any event which a cover fee is charged, scheduled performances.
Correct.
I will play ambient recorded background music only. I will not apply for an alteration without coming before CB3. I will not seek a change in class without first obtaining approval from CB3. I will not participate in pub crawls or have party buses. I will not have unlimited drink specials, including boozy brunches with food. I will not have a happy hour. I will not have wait lines. I will have a staff person for ensuring no loitering or noise outside. I will conspicuously post a stipulation and residents may contact the manager or owner at the number below. Is that everything? Did that catch it?
For me, yes.
Okay. Anyone from the committee have any questions? Okay, I will save these and send them over to the office.
Okay, Sarah, you can go ahead with the resolution. Do you have to change the hours of operation of resolution, Sarah, based on the step?
I think I had the correct ones, but Niles, keep me honest if it looks wrong to you.
No, I think that was just a mistake on my part on the STIP form, Sarah. Yours matches the
Muted,
application.
Sarah.
Okay,
Yes.
fabulous. I was doing it at 1 a.m. on Saturday because I don't go out, guys. I do this. So this is lovely. Do you want me to read it out loud? Or do we want to vote? Oh, sorry. Whoops. Or do we want to vote?
I think we can just, right?
No, I was gonna say, read it real, you can read
Okay.
it, please.
Okay, so therefore be it resolved, the Community Board 3 recommends the denial of the application for a full on-premises liquor license for Twin Eagles LLC for the premises located at 252 Broome Street, New York, unless the applicant agrees to the following signed notarized stipulations that it will operate as a full-service restaurant with Mediterranean food prepared in a full kitchen during all hours of operation. Its hours of operation will be opening no later than 4 p.m. Monday to Sunday and closing by 1 a.m. Sunday to Wednesday and by 2 a.m. Thursday to Saturday. It will close all outdoor dining allowed under temporary open restaurants program and any subsequent uses by 10 p.m. all days and not have any speakers or TV monitors. It will close any front or rear facade doors and windows at 10 p.m. every night or when amplified sound is playing, including but not limited to DJs, live music, and live non-musical performances or during unamplified live performances or televised sports. It will play ambient background music only consisting of recorded music and will not have live music, DJs, promoted events, scheduled performances, or any event at which a cover fee will be charged. It will not apply for any alteration in its method of operation or for any physical alterations without first appearing before Community Board 3. It will not host pub crawls or party buses. It will not have unlimited drink specials with food. It will not have happy hours. It will ensure there are no wait lines outside and will designate an employee for ensuring no loitering, noise, or crowds outside. It will conspicuously post this stipulation form beside its liquor license inside of its business, and it will provide a telephone number for residents to call with complaints and immediately address any resident complaints. Solid.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Sarah. Okay, let's go for a vote. Clint,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Jesse,
Yes.
Jamie,
Yes.
Amanda,
Yes.
Arnett. No surprise here. Okay, but it's passed. Thank you so much.
David, me,
Oh, David, I didn't scroll. David.
yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you for your
Okay.
support. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, Niles. Appreciate your time.
You as well. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, let's go to. You want to call out, see if anyone from 6 is here? Applicant, David's,
24 First Avenue.
is anyone from 24 First Avenue?
Yes, it looks like we do have somebody. I'll promote him and we can
Yeah,
ask
because
about the
If
petitions.
they don't have the petitions ready.
Jimmy, are you the applicant? You have to unmute.
Hi, my name is Jimmy Risby. Can you see me?
We can hear
I
you.
can hear you. Can't
Okay.
see you. There we go. Jimmy, before we
Yeah,
start, do
sorry.
you have
Yeah,
the
basement office.
petition?
Say 3.
Do you have the petition with you or you don't?
It wasn't
not
an
have-
application. The application was a PDF. At least, Arnett, you posted a link to that application to me. I mean, in that there was the questionnaire nor the application had petitions.
Correct. I
The
didn't.
one
I didn't
called
see that.
questionnaire ordinarily has petitions inside of it, and it did not.
No, well, they're usually posted separately, so let me look right now.
If you give me an email on chat, I can send it back to somebody if I have the petition with me.
Let
in
me look
PDF.
right now to see if they're there. It's number 6. Yes, the petitions actually are on the website.
Okay, I didn't see him.
And there's, let me see one.
Yeah, I was working on
There's
this yesterday.
50.
and I didn't see him.
Well, they probably were there, I don't know, I don't know when they were put up. There's 50 signatures of people want to look at them. They're on the website posted.
What do you want to do, Arnett? It takes time to go through those.
Okay.
Someone has to figure out.
I'm looking at it now. If you want to go through the resolution, I'll look at the passage.
I can share my. That is not, oh my goodness. Too many dang windows open.
Yeah, it's gonna be like 1 to 24 on First Avenue. A lot of these are, I mean, there's at least 10 from that block. A lot of them are from way far away.
I will share this version as Google Doc, but use one you had. Okay, so we do have, we'll just need to understand the number later, but there are petitions. All right, so it's a it's a restaurant with a full liquor license. There are 37 tables, 127 seats. 12 of them are at 12 additional seats are at a bar. I don't know exactly how we number these here, but that's how I did it. It's got a full kitchen. It's going to have a couple televisions, background music from streaming services, the volume control speakers that we sometimes hear about. No DJs, no music, no promoted events, no cover charges. So that's the nature of the business that was described in the application. There are 12 full on-premise licenses within the 500-foot radius. And I just noted that 5 of them are actually right on the same block, basically at the same corner. It's corner of First Street or very close to the corner of First Street and First Avenue. He is a license holder at 3 other establishments. Presumably they're similar restaurants. One of them is in the Chelsea market, but the 3 are listed here.
Yeah, I just want to just jump in. Sorry. I do on the license, but I sold my shares in Corali Lefkotta LLC in almost 2017. They still need to take me out as part of the agreement. But yeah, so in terms of I saw some sort of penalty imposed by the SLA.
That's what I was getting up to now. So you were not part of it at all, running the business wise, but you're somehow maybe technically still on that license. What's the
Right. It seems like it. Yeah. So I'm gonna have my attorney reach out to the current owner.
All right. I didn't go and find these businesses. They were in your application.
Yeah, the other 2 businesses are mine. Gup Shop is on 113 East 18th Street in Gramercy.
Okay.
And Chotimia is on 75th 9th Avenue in Chelsea Market.
Okay. So the one I just highlighted,
yeah, that's
the one you're talking about.
Yeah,
you put on your application that someone put on your application that you were a license holder there.
Yeah, maybe my attorney found out that they have not taken me out of the license.
Okay.
I have an agreement that I can send dated 2017 saying that I sold my shares in Lefkotta LLC.
Okay. I understand then. And so this thing, whatever they were to comply with local regulations you weren't involved at all at that point. Okay.
Yes.
I think then that we can delete this clause in that other whereas. Does people disagree with me? Well, at the moment, I'm going to try to, if I can, I'm going to underline because you know what? I'm going to highlight it in like a very dark gray. And then this whole paragraph here. What else do we have? I don't know what letters may have come in.
Nothing.
Count of petitions, but we can get that count later, I believe. And that's basically it. There was nothing that I saw on the STIP form that was notable. I mean, I captured them here. I didn't have the STIP form for filling in. So what I have is I've rearranged it into the format that we put the STIPs into the resolution.
I think Clint did the steps, right?
Yeah, I did the STIP for it as well, David, if you want that sheet or.
Oh, I think we can cover that afterwards. So certificate of occupancy. You say there's one pending. This is a brand new building, right?
Yeah, for the restaurant space, the landlord is working on that and they have to get it to us as part of the.
We don't include that anymore.
Okay, it's still on our template. So we don't include it because the SLA deals with it and enforces their own version of.
Not only that, they changed the law and that you're not required to supply it for a year.
So we can and should remove everything about.
Yeah, unless it's contrary to the zoning or something.
Right. All right, so I'm gonna mark that in dark gray and make Susan make sure that still makes sense without that. Oh, that's a light gray, and that's the text. Good grief. An establishment with, and then we put in the number of seats and tables and so forth. Okay. What do you want to do, Arnett? questions from committee members? And then go to the public, or maybe up to the applicant if you have something to add that I haven't picked up on.
I just want to add, my last name is spelled wrong. It's Rizvi,
Oh.
R-I-Z-V-I, Z as zebra, V as Victor.
Well, I am dyslexic. Thank you so much. I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
Okay, well, I'm getting myself familiar with the area. Right now I have Susan helped me a little bit. I have 19 on the application that is relevant. Would you mind looking? I'm so sorry.
It's,
Do you mind looking at the petition?
that seems about right. I went through it
Okay.
very quickly. That seems about right to me.
Thank you.
So if can I just say something, David?
Go ahead.
So I just wanted to let the applicant know, I don't know if you know this block at all. It has been a really problematic block since Giuliani's days, when they had Operation Silent Night. There's some very, very loud bars there. I'm not saying at all that I think you're going to be like this. I'm just making you aware, so that you just understand the concerns, of residents on the block.
Absolutely. We intend to put a really good upscale casual Indian restaurant there. I have 2 current licenses. I have no violations. I just put the same hours I have for Gupshup and Gramercy. We intend to do really good operations, and we want to be responsible for what we do. And we are mindful definitely of the neighborhood and the area, the surroundings, and we've looked into it. We've walked around. We've done our research, and we feel that we should be within our timings, and we should keep a very healthy and aggressive relationship with the neighbors.
That's
And
great.
And I
These
should-
buildings are very, very old. So, if you could ensure that sound from your restaurant won't be going in them, that would be very great. They would be very great.
As a part of our agreement with the landlord, and we have we're gonna be installing soundproofing. And we should do everything possible so that the sound is not gonna be, and it's not amplified. It's just background music, and it should not be affecting neighbors and residents next door.
I think you're not having people stand outside, which is very important.
Absolutely.
Should point out the closing hours. It's 11 p.m. weeknights and then 2 a.m. Thursday through Saturday nights.
Yeah, Thursday to Saturday. It's saying Sunday, but it's not. Thursday to Saturday only, and Sunday will be, I think, 11 p.m.
So it's on Saturday morning. So Saturday,
Thursday to Saturday, 2 a.m. and Sunday would be 11 p.m. I think.
back to 11 p.m. Sunday to Wednesday. Okay. Yeah.
I just had a quick question for the applicant. I wasn't positive based on the application, there was a diagram. Are you using both the entrance on First Avenue and the Second Street side?
No, we're not using the entrance unless there's an ADA accessibility requirement from the Second Street side.
Okay, so that's just more of like an emergency exit or ADA.
Yes, an egress.
The First Avenue is going to be your primary entrance and exit.
Yes.
Okay, that was just a question.
Okay, I'm not able, because I'm looking at my screen here. I can't see if there's questions, I'm afraid. If you wanna.
I was gonna ask, does anyone have any questions?
I don't
Any
see-
other committee? Do we have anyone in the public that has their hand raised? I don't see anyone.
It doesn't appear to be.
Going once, I'm sorry, going once, going twice to the public. Okay, we're close to the public, coming back to committee. Okay, and Clinton, you have this tip, right? Are there any stipulations for this?
Yep.
Okay,
Clint, you're muted.
Oh, sorry, I mean. Yes, I do have the stipulation form. I can flip over to that. Give me just 1 second.
okay.
Okay, you should be seeing the stip form.
No, I think David has to stop
Have
sharing.
to stop, really?
Yeah.
Like that at work. Well, let me try to find that. Oh, no, y'all. Oh, it's down at the bottom now. Well, I don't know. It says new share. I don't see a stop share option.
So, well, I think it looks like mine is flipped over on my Zoom. Is everyone else seeing the stipulation form?
No.
No.
One of my work things or something.
Oh, it's still saying mine is loading. Sorry, it says my screen share is loading. So
Well, Susan, can you,
here,
if
let me just,
you demoted David, would it stop it? Okay.
okay, David, stop. Now let me share again.
I had to click pause and then I click stop. I don't know.
However it worked, David.
Okay. I'm just gonna put your name up here. Jimmy, your name at the top up here.
Hold on, I go by Atisham legally. So
Okay, so your full name, okay. Yep.
How do I bring the people back?
Okay.
to my screen?
Okay, so going through the steps quickly, your license, you're going for a full liquor, wine and beer license. Operate a full service restaurant serving Indian food with the kitchen open and serving food all hours. You will not use outdoor space for commercial use. You are not having security. You will install soundproofing. You will have a closed fixed facade. You will not have DJs, live music, promoted events, any event which a cover fee is charged or scheduled performances. You will play background ambient music only. You will not apply for an alteration to the method of operation without coming before CV3. You will not seek a change in class to full, oh, and the hours, sorry, the hours were 10 a.m. Actually, you corrected that to 11, right?
Yep.
That was, I filled that in earlier too. And then 11 to 2, Thursday through Saturday. Okay, so then going back down here, you will not seek a change in class without first, that doesn't really apply. You will not participate in pub crawls or have party buses. You didn't have checked off whether you would have unlimited drink specials.
No, I won't.
No, okay. And you will have a happy hour until 7 p.m.
Yeah, right now we do have it seems.
Yeah. You didn't check off, you will not have wait lines, but you will not have wait lines or have a staff person for ensuring no loitering.
Yeah, you can check. I will not have wait lines up. Yep.
And then I will conspicuously post the stipulation by my liquor license, and then residents may contact the manager at the number below, and I will put your full name.
Yeah.
Okay. Everything look good on that?
Yep.
Perfect.
Okay, move to go ahead and vote.
Yep.
Okay, great. Clint,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Jamie,
Yes.
Jesse,
Yes.
Amanda.
Yes.
Did I get everyone before I go to myself? Okay, all right, Arnett is she's gonna go for no. That is, you're gonna have it, Jimmy. This is not preventing you from it. It's just a lone wolf of me saying, no, this is a new license. There's no license previous in this establishment. This is, once again, not to say that you're a bad actor. Actually, looking at the application, looks like it's gonna be a lovely place. But I just don't want to add more liquor licenses. And your drinks even look nice, but I still just want to be a part of adding new liquor licenses. But thank you, Jimmy, for showing up and presenting your application, and good luck to you.
So we got a yes for
Yes,
tonight?
yeah, you're going
just
through.
wanna make
'Cause
sure.
It's just me. It's just me, the lone wolf.
Okay.
Everyone, yeah, you can breathe now, Jimmy. You can
You'll
breathe.
be at the full board. I mean, sorry, oh my gosh. Arnett, the full board.
Yeah.
Where the final vote happens. Let him know maybe.
Oh, yes, sorry. We still have to go to full board, but
Yes.
their application is moving to full board.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Jimmy.
Have a good night, guys. Thank you.
Too.
Bye.
Thank you, David. Okay, we have Jesse, application 11. You're up.
All right.
Okay. If the applicant can raise, Adriana, are you the applicant? Are you the applicant?
I'm representing the applicant. The applicants are here as well tonight.
Okay, can you give me their names so I can promote them?
Sure. Ronnie, Ashish, and Eric are here as well. They may be on one camera.
Okay, I see Ronnie. I'll promote him. I'm trying.
All right, I am gonna need some help. I did not have capacity to finish this all out, so I'm gonna need some help in getting this through Congress. Including the 311 and to make sure that I did count the highlighted ones, which came the signatures of the petitions, which came in at 34. All right, so this is for a new applicant seeking a full on-premise liquor license at 201 First Ave. This would be, it can fit 100 people, but it's gonna have 13 tables with 30 seats, one 16-foot bar with 6 seats, full kitchen serving traditional Filipino cuisine, closing within 1 hour of operation. It will have no TVs, ambient background music only. There are 5 on-premise liquor licenses within 500 feet of the SLA lamp map. The location was previously licensed as Beep Beep NYC. I need clarification on what your role was in the previous 3 businesses that you listed. Sima in Greenwich Village, Tamaka, which is delicious, but no role on this, and Thomas Hospitality in Long Island. 311. That's what we
I
don't
would like to add that there are other license histories as well. I could verbally tell them to you now as well. They are located within the district of Manhattan 3. There's also Rowdy Rooster. You had mentioned.
Sorry, so you're telling me there's more than we're talking about the more than the 5? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes. Okay. So you have Sama, Thamaka. There's also Rowdy Rooster. That one is 149 First Ave. It's actually 2 blocks away from this premise.
The beer and wine only.
Yes, that one is a beer and wine license. You are correct. And the address is 149 First Ave, New York, New York.
All right, great. All right. 311 complaints we're going to look into, see if they have any. If someone could look that would be excellent. Thank you. So let me know if there's any, Arnett, if anything good or bad has come in for them.
The applicants also had the Masala Wala license within this community board for about 10 years. It's now closed.
These weren't, did I miss these, or these were not, I did not see these in the application.
No, that was an error in the packet. I apologize for that.
And what role did the applicant play in these places? Was he manager, or was it?
Applicant was the owner and also managed these applications as well, locations as well.
The owner and, okay, of all of these locations?
Yes.
All right, my thing's freezing up, so we're gonna be stuck with just knowing that it's gonna have that in there. Okay, okay, I can't put this in now, so I will put it in a second as soon as it's done freezing. Does everything else look right to you as read, as stated by such?
Yes, I could also email you a list of the licenses if that's easier.
I should be able, as soon as I unfreeze here, I should be able to good to go.
Okay.
So the hours, we are going you know what, the steps are easier. Sunday through Thursday, we're going 11 to midnight. We're going Friday and Saturday, we're going 11 to 2 a.m. and the outdoors all days is 11 to 10 p.m. You're not going to have any happy hours. You have no TVs. You're going to close any facade, no DJ, live music, all that stuff. Only amplified music, no DJs, live music, non-performance, amplified music, performances, televised sports, all those fun things are not going to be had. No pub crawls, no party buses. All right, that's what I have. Now let's open it up. Susan.
Yeah, I don't know if you're aware, but the backyard can't be used.
So we are currently working with the landlord, the Department of Buildings, and also an architect to make the backyard compliant to be used for eating and drinking. Once the necessary paperwork is completed, the applicants plan to fully enclose the backyard space. This way it would baffle sound for the neighbors. It would also provide some privacy for the neighbors as well. It will be insulated. There will be no music in the backyard whatsoever. So the applicants are really doing everything in their power to make sure that neighbors are not bothered by any, talking in the backyard, as mentioned before.
The reason I'm telling you this is actually for your protection. It used to be, we used to go to a restaurant that used the backyard. It was lovely. And the landlord was charging the restaurant for the use of the backyard, which was illegal. And the restaurant owner got fined. So I just wanted you to be aware of that.
Thank you for bringing that to our attention. We appreciate that. Thank you. But yes, so Jesse, thank you. You really did a great job walking through the steps that were provided. So just to go off of that, we are applying for full liquor. This space was previously licensed. It was a Filipino cuisine restaurant, which we will also be operating as such. Will be for full service with a full kitchen. There will be 30 seats inside. Although the current CO states that we have an occupancy of 100 people, we do not intend to have.
Adriana, I'm sorry, you was going great. Is there anyone doing the 311 for Jesse?
I started looking up some of them. I did the current location at 201. I'm just now getting to the addresses he added into the resolution.
Thank you, Claire. I didn't want to have it, go on and what was the other thing that you needed?
I counted 34 of the highlighted residents on the petitions, but it's never hurts if there is a second set of eyes.
Okay, and Adriana, in the future, it's I'm going to echo a lot of past SLA chairs as well as committee members. It's really prudent that you give us all the information at the time of application because the committee members research this stuff. So to give it to us right now and to have us try to run and figure out what's happened is it's labor intensive. It's unfair to the community because we're not able to give them that information. And it's it doesn't look well on the applicant having an incomplete application because that information that you're providing now was very important. But go ahead.
Apologies to the board for that on my behalf. To go back into the method of operations for this location, as you guys had mentioned, the hours of operation will be 11 a.m. to midnight, Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. on Friday, Saturday. We have made the closing hours earlier than the previous licensee that was in this space. They had 2 a.m. across the board. As mentioned before, the applicants are currently licensed with the SLA and are currently licensed within Manhattan 3 Community Board. Those restaurants are Rowdy Rooster, Damaka, Masala Wala was also in this neighborhood for 10 plus years. The applicants have immense support from the community. They're a beloved concept. This is a really special.
Sorry, just to jump in here. I had Masala Wala. Oh, wait. I had Masala when I looked it up in Brooklyn. Was this one in our neighbor in Lower South?
That is So that's a new location in Brooklyn, in Park Slope. The one that I'm referencing is now inactive, but it was in this board from 2011 to 2022. It's no longer there.
It was across the street from where we used to have our full board meetings.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think it's the same one.
it is. It is. You guys probably met my father.
Great. All right, so I think that's good. I think unless there's anything else, Arnett, I'll hand it over to you to open it up.
Okay, thank you, Jesse.
Unless there's any, I just wanted to kind of get a move on.
Susan, what's your hand? Does any committee members have any questions or
Nobody,
comments about? Yeah,
nobody has their hand raised. Nobody has their hand.
Okay, and anyone from the public? Let's move to the public then. Anyone from the public?
Nope.
Okay, Clint, are you working on, oh, we have one from the public.
We do.
You could come,
Laura,
promote
Laura.
Laura.
I'll promote her. She's promoted.
Okay, Laura, you have the floor.
Yeah, sorry, it takes a minute for it to get to me. I just, we've just had very bad experiences with outdoor dining with the backyard use of the commercial use of the backyard in this area. So I have to register that. And I'm just curious to know, if there has been no matter what measures you take, and I really do appreciate the particular covering, especially for privacy, but no matter what measures you take, it's an impact on residents that live in the back and have, enjoyed relative quiet all this time. So I just generally, it ends up always in a lot of complaints to us, no matter how well done it is. So I have to register objection to that. And the only other thing is, can the applicant speak to this same sort of arrangement in other locations that they operate?
Yes.
Off a quiet street across from a school where they've done this successfully, because there are examples. I don't know any other examples to offer. They are so few and far between. Thank you very much.
May I speak on that?
Yes, go ahead.
Sure. Hi, thank you for raising that. I am we currently have a restaurant. So the original Masala Wala that was there for about 10 years moved to Park Slope, Brooklyn, which is, as we all know, a little bit quieter than the East Village and very much a specific neighborhood. There's a school literally, I think, just outside of the parameters, and there's an open backyard. And we have been successfully operating that. We haven't had any issues whatsoever. We've had a great relationship with the neighborhood. Look, I know in the end, we're a restaurant, we're not a bar. We've been doing this for over a decade. And myself, my family, we're all involved in this. So to us, it's up to us to make sure that we serve the community well and not be, put anybody in a position to disrupt anything. So that's the best I can offer you.
Thank you. Susan?
Yeah, Laura, I wanted to ask if you ever heard any complaints about that backyard, because I never heard any complaints from that backyard.
The extended use of the backyard in general, the hours from, all day, afternoon into evening, up until 10 p.m. I have not specifically had complaints. That's been closed for a bit now, that location.
It has. Rafik actually used to have a restaurant there, and we used to be in the backyard all the time. And I would have been very aware if there had been complaints.
I understand this is just a new operator, and it is my duty and obligation to raise this, Susan. Okay, I'm not. It's not about any particular operator that's been there in the past and done this successfully. It's just a matter of, the general problem in the neighborhood.
Got it.
And we really appreciate everyone voicing their concerns. We would just like to point out that the previous tenant did use the backyard. It was not enclosed. So by us coming into the space and fully enclosing that space, it will help mitigate noise to a further extent.
I have a question. Are you going to wait till it's fully enclosed before operating in the backyard, or are you gonna? Okay, thank you. Are there any other questions? Anyone else from the community? Okay, thank you, Laura. Clint's.
I just finished with
I'll just say-
with the 311. So the
You
only
all-
out of
thank-
the quick run through for those applications, or for the locations listed. The current location 201 in the past 2 years has had 6 non-crime corrected 311 calls. No, that's not necessarily this applicant, so, but just in the history of that location. Of their other locations, which one is it here? Damaca had 2 within the past 3 years, non-crime corrected, so not money. And the only other one, the Essex Street location up into 2022, for the 2 years between 2020 and 22 had 4. None of them seem to be anything major, but
We've been closed during COVID actually between 2020 and 2022, other than just operating. Which Essex Street location are you referring to, sir?
the 179 Essex, just going with that address.
Yeah, so it's my father who was running it. He's an elderly person, so we were barely open during COVID. So when that happened, we were practically either closed or we were just operating under like limited just takeout delivery. There was no outdoor dining available because there's a fire hydrant in front of the store, if you notice. And so there were certain regulations. So I'm not sure.
I mean, is there another business by you? Because these were actually like confirmed by the police.
They are. Yeah, so there's
another
both
business.
locations are called 179. That's the number of the building.
So
And
it
there were
could be the
2
other location then.
Yeah, there's a bar next to us, so that we had nothing to do with. So it was a wine bar, and then there was us. And for us, we never really operated during COVID because of my dad.
Do we move to making of a motion, stipulations and all?
Oh, did we see the stipulations? I'm sorry.
I have the stipulation form if you want me to pull
I
it.
have, if you haven't already filled out, I think I filled it out.
I do
unless-
have one.
You do? All right, that's
Yeah,
fine.
let me share it. Now, I was looking at 311, so if you made any changes to it since then, I did not catch those, so.
So you're good. I'll.
Okay, here we go. So, you are a full liquor license operating a full service Filipino restaurant, kitchen
Wait.
open, serving food all hours.
No, right there, Clint, they're serving food within 1 hour of closing.
I mean, our standard though is.
Yes,
all-
we never did that.
We have,
Problem is,
it's not a big, I just don't
you
understand.
actually have both alternatives in the whereas on the template for the resolution. That's why it keeps coming up. So
It
just
shouldn't be.
explain.
But
Yeah,
what-
well,
why?
there's a whole lot of inconsistency between these two things.
Yes, it's.
Yeah,
I'm
I just want to be clear. We've written and approved many resolutions that way, Susan. So it's just it's a course correction for us. So we just have to all understand why we're
I
changing
get
it.
it. I get it. And we're really not asking them to do anything any different.
It's just that we don't want him to stop serving food and turn into a bar the last hour or 2 of their business.
I mean, it's
That's-
1
That's
hour.
why. that's how we-
Is not intended. This is a food-driven concept.
But
I-
we
my- my
understand
attitude-
that someone's
take-
not going to come in 15 minutes before closing and order a big dinner.
Yeah, and we
Right.
take things case by case. I feel like we can do that with this. Everything is case by case. How many TVs, how many benches, how many chairs? I feel like for this, we could do the same thing. If we think it's going to be a bar, then we could be concerned and extend it. If we don't, we feel that we trust them. I don't see the big deal with 1 hour, but
We're not
Right.
asking them to do anything any different, and we often don't know the ones that are going to turn into bars. But we're not putting any limitations on them.
well, I'm saying they had 1 hour close in there. Are we asking them that we want them to stay open longer? with their kitchen?
No, I mean, the kitchen doesn't have to stay open longer. It's just they can still close their kitchen while still serving people food. It's always been that way.
Yes, it is consistent. It's standard practice. It is.
We're not saying they have to keep the kitchen open and serve someone at 5 till 2.
Yes,
That's never been the case.
it's more the wording than anything else.
Yeah, I think I understood the word serving tonight, meaning the food is still on the table.
Yeah.
And that qualifies as serving. Yeah.
Yeah, we just went through this a couple of minutes ago about not saying you gotta leave if there's no food. Or I mean, if you just got your food and it's still.
But are we okay with this? I mean,
Well, this says open and serving. It doesn't just say kitchen serving food all hours. It says kitchen open. If they come in towards the end and the kitchen's closed, but it's an hour late, but people who were in there earlier are served. I mean, if we want to get.
Maybe we need to change the wording, and there, as Sarah mentioned, there definitely are discrepancies that have to be fixed.
Great. So whatever we want. And then the hours, then Clint, I don't know if we were putting in, because I remember in long past, we don't put outdoor, it's a whole separate application, but I know things have changed. So Arnett, I'll leave it up to you. Are we putting in the outdoor hours here? Or is that a whole separate application they're going through?
no, there's another section down further here that's for the outdoor hours.
Great, cool,
We're
thanks.
closed by 10, so. This was, I think, from the application, was it 11 to 12 Sunday through Thursday and 11 to 2 Friday and Saturday? Did that change? Okay.
Nope, that's still the same.
Okay, so then they are using their outdoor space, so they'll close outdoor dining under the rest of the program at 10 PM all days and not have any speakers or TV monitors outdoors.
Yep.
They're not having security. They will install soundproofing. Will close any front or rear facade doors and windows at 10 PM or when amplified sound is playing, including but not limited to DJs, live music, and live non-musical performances. Excuse me. I will not have DJs, live music, promoted events, any event which a cover fee is charged or scheduled performances. I will play ambient recorded background music only. I will not apply for an alteration to the method of operation without coming to CB3 first. I will not seek a change in class without obtaining approval from CB3. It's a full, so it doesn't apply. I will not participate in pub crawls or out party buses. I will not have unlimited drink specials, including boozy brunches with food. I will not have a happy hour. I will not have wait lines. I will have a staff person to ensure no loitering crowds outside. I will post a stipulation by my liquor license and residents may contact the manager at the number below. Does that catch everything for everyone?
Yes, Clint, for number 8.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was an error on my part, but can we please check the box of more than and put 15 private parties per year? This would be used as the corporate events such as, a holiday dinner, things of that nature, just so that the applicant has the ability to do that.
Okay, I don't have, anyone else have any problem with that?
Oh,
okay.
Thank you for making that change. I appreciate it.
If nothing else, then I will stop sharing and go back to the others.
Do you need me to bring it back up or are we good? Because you already saw it.
Yeah, I think we're good.
I think we're good.
Wait, one question. Was this a previously licensed? Okay, yeah, I thought so, but my mind just went. Okay, let's go. We can go for a vote, correct? I'm gonna say correct. All right, David?
Yes.
Thank you. Clint?
Yes.
Amanda?
Yes.
Jesse?
Yes.
Jamie?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes, sorry.
That's fine. I was gonna wait. And did I miss anyone? Okay, Arnett, yes.
I will just say one quick thing to the applicant that just to Laura's point that, those are long hours if you do the outdoors. So just, be cognizant of the neighbors when you're doing anything outdoors.
Of course. Thank you so much, everyone, for taking the time to hear us out tonight.
Hey, wait a second, guys. Are the outdoor hours controlled? When are the outdoors hours ending?
It's at 10 PM.
10
Okay.
PM.
Got it.
And they're going to start doing it after it's in in
Fully enclosed.
closed.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, David. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Adriana. Thank you,
Thank you,
Ravi.
guys.
Thank you all.
Have a wonderful night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we have last but not least, if I'm not correct, I mean, if I'm correct, Amanda with application 8.
Great.
Oh my God, it's not 12 o'clock, guys. I'm so excited.
We're doing
It
great.
looks like there's more than one application.
Yeah, I think there's
Oh,
two.
really?
There's
I
two.
have
more.
8,
I see 2 representatives here.
There's 8 and 9.
8 and 9. Oh, Clint, that's right. Why did I check you off that we did it? Okay. Wait, 9 is, isn't Spice Brothers Swarm, we didn't do that?
No.
Okay. All right, with Amanda, we'll go ahead and go to 8, and then Clint will do last.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Great. It looks like Michael Bray from Gala Dinners is here. Is there anyone else, or is that everyone?
I have 2 more, I have 2 lawyers, so there should be someone here.
Yeah, we have Heather Kirk here as well. guys.
Okay, I
Hi,
just
everyone.
promoted Heather.
Yes,
Yes.
I'm here. Thank
This
you.
is-
All right, can you guys let me know when you can see my screen?
We can see it.
Okay, great. Let me see. All right, so I'll just run through this briefly. And the applicants, please feel free to stop me if anything looks different than what you understand. So this is going to be Gala Dinners doing business as Valentina in a sale of assets. The current, I think I have it down there. The current location is Saigon, NYC, doing business as Bongos. And so it seems like from the application that it's a change of hands of operators. But feel free to correct me.
Amanda, it's actually not a change of operators. So Michael's been operating Saigon. This is just kind of a entity change. We're just updating structure internally.
Okay, that's helpful. Very, very important context there. Thank you for clarifying. So this application is for an establishment with a capacity of 74 people, 17 tables and 34 seats, to 10-foot bar, full kitchen, serving Mediterranean food during all hours of operation. No TVs and background ambient music. There are 22 full on-premise liquor license within 500 feet. I mentioned that this is currently Bongos. They are requesting hours from, oh no, sorry. Yes, so Bongos hours were 12 p.m. to midnight, Sunday through Wednesday, and 12 p.m. to 2 a.m. Thursday through Saturday. The applicant has a license for Dingling on Avenue C, Kind Regards on Ludlow, and Saigon NYC Limited, doing business as Bongos. This location shares a BBL with 2 other storefronts, shares an address with Dudley's and Sticky Rice, if I believe. And there were 9 commercial 311 complaints at this location with NYPD action necessary since 2022. Just wanted to pause there and clarify that because they share an address and BBL, it is possible that when it was recorded that the complaints were for the other locations. Susan, I see your hand up. Do you want to say something?
Yeah, I'm just actually asking for clarification because you're saying it's a sale of assets, but then you're also saying it's basically just an internal like an internal corporate change. So I'm really not understanding. Is it the same? Is it basically the same business?
Yeah, so Susan, the entity itself is changing. So what we're doing is filing a sale of assets to just change over the entity name. Right now, it's a Saigon NYC Limited, and we're changing it over to Gala Dinners LLC. But Michael Bray has been involved with the current entity and will continue to be involved in this one.
So the only thing you're changing is a corporate name?
So we're changing over the corporate name to Gala Dinners LLC, but then we're also asking for an increase by 1 hour Sunday to Wednesday. Currently, they have 12 a.m. closing and we're asking for a 1 a.m. closing. And then there's some kind of like, there's some rebranding and kind of aesthetic things that we're updating, but otherwise no changes.
So, yes, I think it's really helpful to not understand. It's just basically the same business with the same people 1 hour later during the week.
Correct. Yep. Sunday to Wednesday, we're looking for
So
1
we
a.m.
don't have to treat it like a new business.
Correct. Yeah.
Oh, great, Susan, you should have done this. So good.
Well, if I had noticed, generally when I see something like that, I call up and say, what do you know, what are you changing? What is this? Heather, let me know next time. I'll make it easier for
Sorry
all.
about that. Not trying to disguise it.
So all we have to consider is 1 hour.
I'll just wrap this up, since Susan, that's right. Four neighbors wrote letters in support. 5 residents who live at 85 Orchard and 63 on the same block signed a petition in favor of the applicant, of the application. And yeah, I'll pause there.
Amanda, we also had Dime Square Block Association submitted a letter of support if you saw that. Sorry if you mentioned that.
No, yeah, that was me. I didn't say Amanda. Yeah, Dime. Sent the letter of support.
Great, thank you. I can include that in here.
And the only thing I would maybe add to the resolution is the outside space. So currently speaking, Saigon has sidewalk cafe that was permitted prior to COVID. And it had a closing time Sunday to Thursday at 10 p.m. and Friday to Saturday at 11 p.m. And then the backyard space closes at 9 p.m. And none of that's changing. That's all staying the same.
Got it. I can update that here. And sorry, you said closing 11 p.m. What days?
Friday and Saturday.
Saturday, okay.
Well, on the application, at sidewalk hours, we're closing at 10 p.m.
I'm going off of what Saigon has on the license. We have a closed
And that's the application, the questionnaire. Says my sidewalk cafe hours will be closing 10 p.m.
And that it does say in parentheses already on license on your application.
What page are you guys?
It's page 2 of 5.
Oh, I see that. I'm sorry. Yeah, the license, I can't show my screen, but you guys have it in there. There's a screenshot of the current license. The sidewalk closes Friday to Saturday at 11 p.m.
So we should probably correct it to what the SLA has.
An outdoor portion?
Well, it's already licensed till 11.
Great.
Okay. So shall we go to open this up to the public now? Is that what we should do? Arnett or Susan, whoever.
And open up to committee. If we have anyone has any questions? Okay, open up to the public. Anyone in the public? Okay, I
Sam.
see someone.
Sam, the person who wrote the letter is going to speak again.
Okay.
I try.
The letter 4.
Dime.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
Okay, you're promoted.
Hey, thanks everyone. Sam again from Dime Square Block Association. As mentioned, we wrote a letter in support of this application. We met with Mike and he explained the corporate change and that this is basically going to be the same people operating the same establishment with 1 extra hour. We talked about that extra hour, and Mike explained that it's to, focus on food service, the same way I think we heard when we talked about the Twin Eagles application earlier, that there's a desire for late night food options, and they're getting a lot of business at that hour. And so that's the focus of the extra hour. So after talking to Mike about that, we agreed that was a good idea and a benefit to the area. And Mike shared with me the letters of support and the signatures in support of this application. I think the signatures I saw, there were dozens of them, probably over 100. So I don't know where the numbers here came from. Maybe some of those signatures were from farther away, but it's pretty clear that they did a lot of community outreach around this, and the response is, from what we could see, overwhelming support. So I know there's been some concern expressed about this area, but I think all of the, everything that's on the record here about it is just people supporting it. So we support it as well, and look forward to them continuing to operate in the neighborhood.
Thank you, Sam. Do we have any other persons from the public? No, okay. Closing it for the public, coming back to committee. Is there any other questions or anything that wasn't answered that the committee would like to ask the applicant? Okay, I have one. Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna ask. It's okay. Okay, so Clint, you put up the STIP. Do we need a STIP because it's just the same? Or
Yes, it's a new license. It's legally a new license.
Susan, Susan, I have one comment. Do you guys want to add in the resolution about the yard? It closes at 9 p.m.
Yeah, we should have that. We should add that. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, and to answer Mrs. Zimmerman, Sam, yes, a lot of those signatures were not within the scope of, not within the close vicinity. There were a lot were way out. So we did see the support, but we counted those that were closely affected, those that lived within a few blocks radius. Okay, then we know Clint. Checking this out.
Okay, so you made that change, I think, Amanda. Yep.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Yeah, I just added it in the.
Added a second one, yep.
Yeah.
Okay, here is the stipulation form. It will operate a full service restaurant.
We're not seeing it.
Yeah, I mean, it has to stop sharing.
Give me 1 second.
Thank you, Amanda.
Okay.
It should be. We have checked off for multiple people to share. I don't know why we can't.
When I try to load when they are, it just says still loading.
Okay, I don't know what's wrong.
Yeah, my screen share is still loading now, but.
Got it. It's just a hidden, it's like a hidden tab. You have to hover over it. But looks like I got it, right?
Yep. I
They
think.
love to change the user interface. They do it all the time.
Okay, so it is a full liquor, wine and beer license, operating a full service restaurant, serving Mediterranean food. Kitchen open and serving food all hours. The hours of operation will be 11 to 1 Sunday, 4 to 1 Monday through Wednesday, 4 to 2 Thursday, 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. Friday, and 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. Saturday. They will close their outdoor dining allowed under the temporary, and this actually I think we need to modify because this needs to be. Yeah. Is this something, Susan, we can wait? You could send me the Word file tomorrow?
Yeah, yes, I'll do that.
And I'm gonna make a note. I'm just gonna make a separate note to do that. But so Heather, just so you know, we'll close all outdoor dining and it will have the correct hours. It'll be 10 and then 11 p.m. on Friday and Saturday.
Great, thank you.
And we also put in there that the backyard will close at 9. You're not having security, soundproofing is previously installed. Close any front and rear facade doors and windows at 10 or when amplified sound is playing. Will not have DJs, live music, promoted events, any event which cover fee is charged or scheduled performances, but you will have not more than 20 private parties per year. Play ambient background music only, will not apply for an alteration without coming before CB3. Will not participate in pub crawls, will not have unlimited drink specials, will not have a happy hour, will not have wait lines, will have staff responsible for ensuring no loitering. We'll post this stipulation and residents may contact the manager at the number below. So other than the change in the outdoor hours, was everything else okay?
Yes, Michael, you just want to make sure that that all looked good to you.
We're all great here. Thanks to
Okay.
the board for your support.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing that.
Oh, okie dokie. Let's move for a vote. David? Yes. David's a yes.
Yeah, I'm looking for the button. Yes.
Okay. Clint?
Yes.
Amanda?
Yes.
Jamie?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Jesse?
Yes.
Arnett, yes. Okay, thank you, guys. Thank you, Heather.
Have a good night.
You too. Have a good night.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay.
Take care.
I'm sorry?
I just said thank
You
you,
said
everybody.
thank you.
Take care.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. Let's now this is the final one. Clint, we saved the best for last.
Yes.
Okay.
So Rafi, is there anyone here with you I should promote?
I believe there's David Melbecky on the line and Lior Sizach. Last I checked with them, they were on, but I don't see them because I can't see.
I see
Lior. I promoted David. Who's the other person? Oh,
His
Leo.
name is Lior. Yeah.
He's on twice.
Oh, well.
His hand is up for one, not the one with the link, the one with his just the.
There's David. I see Lior. Right. But
Okay.
Okay. If everyone's here, I will go ahead and share my screen. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, you should be seeing, are you seeing the resolution now?
Nope.
Still set.
There we go.
Now it clicked over. Yep. Okay. So this is Shawarma Brothers. LLC is doing business as Spice Brothers, is seeking a wine beer license for premises located at 110 to 112 St. Mark's Place between First Avenue and Avenue A. This is an application for an establishment with a certificate of occupancy of 70 people with 10 tables, 26 seats, 6-foot bar with 4 seats. Serving Middle Eastern food from a full kitchen. Kitchen open serving food during all hours. There'll be no televisions and ambient recorded background music only. I counted 30 full on-premises licenses with 4 pending within 500 feet per the SLA lamp map. The location is within 200 feet of the George Ashton Academy, which I think is probably why they're only asking for beer wine. The applicant has operated David's Cafe at this location since 2015 with no issues. The applicant does currently hold a license at the west storefront of 110 to 112 St. Mark's Place. Sorry, I thought I had this adjusted. This location has actually only had one 311 complaint since 2020. And I did not hear of any emails in support or opposed to this application. I don't know if there were any received.
No,
Okay, 11 residents who live within 2 blocks of the location signed a petition in favor, including 7 from the building. And I think that generally covers the basics of the application. Does anyone have any questions?
And thank you, Clint. I do. When I went to look at the 311 complaints, I didn't see a lot of, like you said, a lot of complaints, but I did see a lot of, not a lot, but a number of citations for trash and a lot for rodents. Was the trash, was that you? Was it a neighbor? What was, were you getting citations for it? When the applicants could speak?
Yeah, I couldn't speak to that. I don't know if my clients know.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Let me give you the time frame. I'm sorry. We have 6/12/22, 3/19/22. Most of these were 22, 21, and I didn't think I seen any one in 2023, January 2023.
It was an issue with the garbage containers, not removed. Is why it was some issue with the sanitation.
Oh, so it was just the non.
Yeah,
Was
because
it putting it out early? Was it? What do you mean?
no,
remove?
because we used to put them inside the garbage container, and 2 times they came, it was not back inside the building. Is what they were complaining, because now we put them back a regular way, and everything is okay.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Anyone else have any questions?
Jamie's hand is up.
Jamie? Okay, go ahead, Jamie.
It's not up anymore.
You're muted.
Oh, my bad. Is this is this to replace David's Cafe or in addition to? I'm slightly confused about that.
Yeah, I was actually gonna.
It's actually, David's Cafe is at 110, 112 on the west store, and Isabella is at 110, 112 on the east store. And David's Cafe is not going anywhere, but this is the replacement for Isabella.
Yeah.
In the east store.
So, and you're not
they're
combining, there's still 2 separate spaces, correct, Ravi?
Yes, exactly. It's the same exact address. It's with 2 addresses. It's 110-112 East Store and 110-112 West Store. This is the East Store. So David Cafe is the West Store. Mr. Malbicki, who is the principal of this applicant, is the co-principal of David's Cafe at 110-112 West Store. That's not changing. The current location, which is Isabella, is owned wholly by Mr. Malbecki's partner at David's Cafe. Mr. Malbecki is taking over the space, and he's starting his own with his new partner, Lior. So it's still, there's continuity, but it's separate, if that makes any sense. Same, just like the address.
Thank you.
And just one question too, just to fill in the resolution. Were there any emails received for or against at all?
No.
Nothing? Okay, I'm gonna take that out then. Okay, are there any members of the public here to speak for this? For or against?
Does not look that.
I can't see it because I'm sharing my screen. I don't see any.
Oh, no one's hand is
I
up.
don't see anyone.
Okay, so if that is the case, if no one else has any questions on the resolution, I'm going to switch over to. Actually, I think these were things sorry, I didn't go down far enough. I did have a couple questions. These were things that were not fully checked off on the application. You did not check off, would not have live music, DJs, promote events, or performances.
So the checkbox below, which is ambient music only, in my mind negates DJs. There's not going to have any DJs.
Okay,
or anything like that.
that's fine.
Yeah.
That's And
can't-
then you did not have pub crawls or party buses or unlimited drink specials.
There's no happy hour as well in this situation.
Okay, yeah, that was checked off. So.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess that takes care of everything. If that's everything, I'll switch over to the stipulation form. Okay, so I will just copy. So whose name should Lior be the name at the top for the corporation, or is it?
Well, the corporation, you mean the name of the applicant or the?
Yeah, because usually there's someone that says I, David. Who's signing this? Is it David or Lior?
Well, it could be either. They're partners, so you can. Lior is the contact, and if you want to have Lior sign, that's fine too.
That's fine. Okay. Okay, so it's a full liquor license operating full service restaurant serving Middle Eastern food with kitchen open and serving food all hours. The hours are 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. Sunday through Wednesday, 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. Thursday through Saturday. I will close all outdoor dining at 10 p.m. and will not have any speakers or TVs outdoors. Will not have security, I think previously installed soundproofing. We'll close any front and rear facade doors and windows at 10 p.m. every night or when amplified sound is playing. These things were not checked off, but we're going to check off DJs. And then we'll play ambient music only. Will not apply for an alteration without coming to CB3. Will not participate in pub crawls or have party buses. And you said no to unlimited drink specials. Will not have happy hours. And will not have wait lines or have a wait staff responsible for ensuring no loitering. We'll post the stipulation by the liquor licenses, and residents may contact the manager or owner at the number below. Does that look good for everyone?
Actually,
Okay.
that is my phone number.
That is your phone number?
Yeah.
So
the one from you.
So do you want that, should that be changed to Lior's?
No, change it to my name.
Change it
Because
to your
I'm
name.
gonna- I'm gonna be more, I'm gonna operate.
Okay.
So,
Okay, yeah, I can easily do that.
thank you.
Okay. Okay, so if nothing else, I will save this and send this off. Okay, I think unless anyone else has any questions.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
And thank you,
Thank you.
Lior and Ravi.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chairman.
Thank
and
you.
thank you, Susan.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, let's, I'm gonna go for a vote.
Yep.
Okay, David,
It's such a small but yes.
Clint,
Yes.
Amanda,
Yes.
Jamie,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Jesse,
Yes.
did I miss anyone? Arnett, yes. Okay, so thank you, David, Lior and Ravi. Have a great evening.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay, guys, that was the last application, correct?
Hope
That's
so.
everything.
Okay, do I do another roll call or can I
Yep.
adjourn?
Yeah.
Okay, David, I'm gonna do you last, just so you can find unmute.
Oh, the
Jesse,
space button unmutes you temporarily. I had forgotten that. Just remembered it.
okay. So David,
Here.
Clint,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Jamie,
Yes.
Amanda,
Yes.
Jesse,
Yes.
and Arnett. Okay, yes, I'm here. Okay, I would like to adjourn this meeting. Thank you, guys. It is before 12 a.m. I am feeling excited about this. Thank you so much for being patient. Thank you for assisting me. Thank you for everything that you guys are doing. I really appreciate you guys. I don't email that much, but I do appreciate all the work that you do. And I will see you at full board.
Thanks.
Good night.